Hello. This is your mediocre time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, hey, hey! It is the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I am Tom.
Samantha's here. Butler's here. We will be Zooming later with Ross McCoy.
Yep.
What am I forgetting? It feels like a very old school laid back day today. It feels weird.
It is.
In a good way, in a good way. This is officially a Fun Friday.
Yeah.
Fun Friday
okay.
rules do apply.
I wasn't sure
when
I got here.
Yeah,
It was,
I wasn't sure
a little
either.
heavy.
Normally it's on a week, off a week, but we are, in fact, on a week.
So this may bring back some sense of normalcy in the fact that we're going to be promoting an event today.
What? It does
what's
feel...
an event?
It does,
I know.
It feels weird, Sam.
And I found out something last night.
They're canceling on us.
That was...
They listened to our show.
that, honestly, it's what makes people believe in God. And I'll explain.
Wow.
Because it's insane coincidences. So, all right. We get a call maybe... when was it? 3 weeks or a month ago?
It was longer than that. A little bit longer than that, I think.
By Dr. Phillips. And they called us and they explained to us.
No, you're right. Right at 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, something like that. Because we've been working hard to get this, up and running. And it officially is today at noon.
You have.
Tickets are on sale now. So we get a call, and Dr. Phillips tells us about this thing they're doing called Front Yard Festival.
Hi, I'm Dr. Phillips, and I'm doing this thing called a Front Yard Festival. It's where I do all of my doctoring.
And one of the premier events places
in
Florida.
Probably one of the only venues like this in the Southeast.
Yeah.
Because you got to have the area. You want it centralized. I mean, you can do it in the middle of nowhere, but who wants that?
Yeah.
Right.
This is downtown.
Can't get any more downtown.
You can get a fucking field if you want it, but
Right.
no, it's the idea is to find a metropolitan area that has enough space. Well, good luck with that. But we do, and that can be socially distant. But the key is to have the back line and the sound to make it an actual concert. If not, we can go to the field.
Yeah,
but I would prefer to stay at Dr. Phillips.
And the venue itself, beautiful. Obviously, Dr. Phillips does it right. So they called us and they're like, "Hey, we want to do something with you guys." And again, we told don't talk about it. They may be
Did you say Gaytoberfest? Because I'm going. I'll get a box
I'd
for
go
that.
too.
Yeah, give me that box.
And Daniel's right. The only reason they did call us is because all
you
you
guys.
BDMs are awesome. For the last time we did our film, our documentary premiere there.
Even the night at Suggs Farm when we had some problems. Okay,
listen, everybody's fine. No DUIs.
This is a fact. That was our first event, and that could have gone sideways. Yes, there were people passed out, but
I drove past that place a week or two ago, and all these memories just flooded back to me.
But here's one that
it was the great.
Here's the reason why
we've come a long way from the Suggs Farm
I
with
saw
Dr.
crack pipe
Phillips.
that day.
We have, but you know what? There were also people helping us out. You guys look after each other. You clean up trash. You help us out.
That is true.
There were people helping us carry and clean up after ourselves when we were there, so we could be asked back. Ron was shirtless in a field with a whip.
But consensually.
And he was whipping and singing in the rain. But hey.
There's some people with ankle bracelets.
That was also true.
So anyway, they talked to us about like, hey, we want to do something, whatever. And we're like, at the time, we're like, okay, cool. We'd love to do something, especially because you guys is sponsored by the hospital. Advent Health is involved.
Then we had to explain to them.
Safe.
The first thing Tom says, like, we'd love to do something with you, but guys, there's this virus going on. and they were like, what?
I mean,
and then they're like, we'll call you back.
I'm fine, but I mean, like our listeners, they're going to be spread crazy. So, anyway, so they are like, we have this, the Front Yard Festival. Everybody gets their own box, temperature check, walk in with a mask, you get your box,
and it's
you take off your mask.
By an actual healthcare professional.
Yeah, then you sit with your own group and you can order food and drinks that get brought to you. There's a little QR code in everybody's box. It gets ordered and brought to you straight. And we're going to have the ability to order merch too that gets brought to you.
I will say there was some people asking, like, well, how fast is it going to be, with all the QR codes?
We had a correspondent.
We did. So one of our BDMs was there last night, and they said they're fast as fuck. So don't worry about having
Corey
to wait.
was party crazy out there, I think.
They've had their practice. It's not like they're doing, when I put this together for the first time, and this is an OLE thing, they've done multiple concerts sold out.
Finally, somebody, too, on Corey's post, we're not trying to blow up your spot, but it gives you a good example of how there's not really a bad seat,
right.
Wherever you're sitting, you can either see the stage perfectly or a ginormous mega screen.
Yeah.
Again, one of the reasons why we're going there is so everybody can see.
Which we're going to have 360 images, crew out there filming.
We're going to have
live
complete 360 images of hologram. Tom and Dan.
The 360
hologram
images
Tupac.
the company.
Tom and Dan hologram.
So anyway, they have this awesome setup. And we're like, yes, we want to do something. Now we couldn't figure out what. We're like, I don't know, what do we do? Like some sort of. We can't do.
I wanted to do
live podcasts would be rough, and that.
We can't. We were doing Tom and Dan dance team,
and
they were gonna remember the event we did, the Real Man competition we did at Johnny's. Johnny's other side. What was the? Oh no, it was a sandwich making contest.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It was a different time.
That was my first guess. My first thing, Tom's like,
2011.
Well, we'd love to do something, Dr. Fellows. What do we do? And I go, now call me crazy, but you remember when we did the sandwich making contest, and then that lady sprayed mayonnaise all over her disgusting tits. And was like whacking them together, and everybody and we didn't know whether to cheer that there were titties or not cheer because.
And then I said, I'll put it on the board because no bad ideas here.
Yeah,
but,
no bad ideas.
Anyway, so
or like Master P says on Master P Reviews, they ain't no whack ideas. So do you guys watch that on YouTube?
No.
Put that on the list. I forgot to put that on the list. Master P Reviews. This man invented the best ab shaper you have ever seen. It is maybe replacing QVC for me. We'll get into that later.
So, long story short, Daniel came up with Tom and Dan Land Cruise, and the reason why is because they said, all right, the first available date, obviously this thing is booked out for, with acts coming in all the time. And by the way, they got some good ones, and I'm going to talk to them. We're going to talk to
artists.
They can do anything. So
look at their website.
Something as intimate as like a date night movie. Something as
they do Disney movies on Sunday.
They do kiddo movies. Like if you want to take your kid there and let them. Well, no,
which
but
is
like
the show you want to go to.
I think.
Travis?
Oh, the Disco Biscuits.
Yeah, get a little trancy dancey.
I'm trying to go see Jason.
By the way, the tickets are live now too.
Yeah. So
our tickets are live.
Our tickets are live now.
Wow.
Yeah, only 60 pounds.
Yeah, well, I was going to mention that. We opened it, and this is the advantage of being a BDM. We did a BDM pre-sale first because we wanted to make sure BDMs had first dibs. So
I told everybody.
There's only 60 pods left.
I did.
I assume this thing will be sold out within a week. We're lucky if it gets past Monday, just because there's.
I don't think there's any way.
People are chomping at the bit for this.
Because cash out audience is going to find out.
Yeah, apparently people are chomping at the bit because this guy yelled from the toilet yesterday for me to buy pot. I'm in here struggling. He's yelling from the potty for me to buy the pot, and I'm trying to
buy
more. But everybody was slamming the website so much. So you do have to be a little be patient.
Because I realized when it does sell out, I was like, we should buy some for the company for a giveaway for friends and family.
You didn't even factor our wives in there. Great job, guys. Great job.
Anyway, so we have this. I would say it's a super unique and awesome show that it starts with Ravon on steel drums.
This is not
for the cocktail hour.
This is not like Spicy Harp. Spicy Harp was a little bit of a goof.
Yeah.
This guy's legitimate. In fact, he just this past week, if you follow him on Twitter, He just released a couple of like original songs that he does.
Yeah.
And he's a legit, from Jamaica, I believe, born in Kingston. He's a legit Jamaican steel drum artist.
And it's kind of like
sensation.
when you
he's awesome.
When you first get on a cruise.
Butler lied to you and said he called himself the Jamaican sensation. Do you remember that?
Yeah. We looked at it like when you first get on a cruise, there's always that, there's a steel drum band, and then everybody just starts drinking and eating immediately.
You go to the Lido deck, you get a gray hot dog and a watered down drink.
But this time, there's going to be like
real food.
4 or 5 downtown restaurants that have satellite locations at Dr. Phillips, so you can get a plethora of different food items.
It's all listed on the website,
and it's cool because it's stuff and you're buying local
full
from your
bar,
pod.
Full bar, everything.
Oh, that was a question from the chat room. Twitch.tv/TomAndDan Live.
We're gonna have custom cocktails.
Yeah, the guys wanted to know: is it just beer and wine, or do you have liquor?
Full bar.
This is
thing.
Yeah, this is as much a bar as a club or the Dr. Phillips
or a
itself.
cruise.
Yeah, or a cruise
with local craft beer as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
there will be local craft beer selections.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
And that is going to transition.
The more we talk about it, the more I want to go to
It's going to be a good show. And after Ravone,
I'm just so used to not doing anything. I'm not in the mode of getting excited. You know what I mean? Like I'm not in.
There's something to look forward to.
I have compartmentalized the getting excited for things. And concerts, namely, because we haven't done anything like this in forever, man.
And let me break to say I want to thank our presenting sponsor, Just Call Mo DeWitt, the DeWitt law firm. He stepped up and helped us. I texted him when this whole thing was happening. I'm like, listen, to be able to put this together.
I just dumbed it down to that. That's what it is now. We
need a sponsor.
From now on, when you go, hey, we got to call Mo, I'm just lay it in there and just roll down the road.
Again, thank you to justcallmo.com. Also, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits stepped in as a co-sponsor. So did Sport Subaru, and we want to thank them very much. And they're going to have some gifts and gift bags. Speaking of gift bags, we've got Bart Merrick, At Home Floor Store, Blanchard Insurance, Villain Clothing, Secured Roofing, Streamline Mortgage, and some others coming in that are going to have a gift bag in every pod. So we're trying to do cool things. Anyway, so after Ravone, we're going to do Tom and Dan Bingo, where we're going to have a big prize.
Plan that out.
Yeah. We're going to put all that
together.
This
is where you guys are truly getting an unplanned show.
And everybody will have a bingo card in their bag, and so you'll be able to play along.
And what can you win? What can I win?
Well, we're still working on it. There's going to be cash money.
I know what you can win.
Cash money.
And I know some of the things that have been thrown around, and it ain't like... I'm not going to say that. I was going to say, it ain't your grandma's cash money.
We're going to keep throwing in stuff, and sponsors are going to throw, like a gigantic gift bag that Travis is going to run out to the winner. Anyway, after that, we have a professional cruise director, Mark Walker, that's going to be helping us host the whole night because he is a cruise director.
He knows what to do.
And he's been a cruise director for like 20 years. It's insane.
Yeah, I was asked to not say, because I realized that these guys are, the professional cruise director market, I believe, is no different than if you were a wide receiver or quarterback. If you're really good, and he has his own
social media following,
he has a whole following. He's so good at this that he is like this guy that let's say he was, and I don't know, I'm just saying, let's say he was with Holland America, and then that tenure, or that contract worked out. I think he can take his talent to Royal Caribbean if he would like, and work his way up to different ships.
Yep,
that's pretty neat.
And
you might want to schedule him for a weird job, maybe.
He's going to help us host the rest of the night. We have illusionist Michael Barron.
This is the one that I don't understand how you got.
Charles Peacock is buddies with him, and he's friends with a lot of people.
But illusionist sounds so big, and so what are we doing?
He's done a bunch of cruise, shows, and done you could check him out on our website again at TomandDanLandCruise.com. And then Charles Peacock is going to be performing right before Cashed Out, and he's going to put together like a half an hour. Like, this guy's been on America's Got Talent. You've seen him at our last event, our 7-year anniversary. And
I'm glad we're getting to do something with him again.
Just on the Tonight Show.
Selfishly, I didn't get to see his act, but side stage.
Yeah.
Which he does so much crazy stuff. Juggling is actually one of the things you want to see straight on, so you can actually see what he's doing,
And then we end the night with Cashed Out.
That's weird too, from juggling to bubbling.
Yeah, local reggae band. And so at this venue with the food, the drink, and just being there is an experience too. It's cool.
And here's another reason why I love the venue. It's one of those venues where when the show, what time is it ending? What time are we wrapping things up?
Let's say the gates open at 6.
Okay.
We from 6 to 7 is Ravone. Then from 7 to 8 is the bingo, the illusionist, the juggler. Then cashed out from 8 to like 8:30.
Yeah. So let's say just at 9 we're naturally. You're in the way that the venue's set in the heart of our city. It's like the big gate in the front opens up, and you just can walk out after the show into the night.
Yeah.
Like into the city. That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
Hit us some gringos.
And then
that's true.
yeah.
That's true.
A lot of our cruisers that were going to go on our actual cruise, I mean, they got the email. They're going to be basically the whole middle of the section
Best
of the
we
area.
can do, guys.
And they're going to get all our...
I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's pretty neat.
All the 2020 cruise bags.
Unless it goes horribly wrong, I'm not proud of it at all.
So I want to thank Pyrospot and Precision Door and West End and Fair Villa and everybody, our former cruise sponsors, that basically we postponed it for 2 years and had to cancel our cruise, and we're doing this land cruise. And Samantha's right, there's 60 pods left because the BDMs and former cruisers and stuff. So I would get on it if you want a little box.
Get on it if you want it.
We got some questions. We've got Air Chubby and the Jackal kind of jumping on there. He says, will Tom and Dan be doing, quote, a show as part of these acts? That's the part I still don't understand. And then the Jackal says, that's why I'm out. Well, as much as I admire and love your positivity, we are not doing a show that night because those are hard, man. I don't think you guys understand how difficult that is to pull off.
The show we have is better than a Tom and Dan live podcast, believe me. This is coming from Tom and Dan.
I wasn't going to say
After
that.
OLE, we're not taking any chances.
This is not the venue for a sit down, all right, now let's 1 hour of just talk improv. Here we go. We have a gigantic fun-filled show.
Well, people don't understand the intimacy of us being in your ears right now. I mean, just me talking to you right now, how intimate that is. Most of you, I'm in your ear holes.
Listen, the bingo...
Not on a stage.
The bingo section is going to be us doing a 15-minute show while a bingo game
you're getting a show.
It's image bingo, and we're taking all the images from the show.
We're going to riff.
So, it's all going to be up there.
And this is a conservative venue. It'll be fun, trust me. Look, we're going to get into some trouble.
Well, speaking of that, this is the only show we've ever done where it is there's no age limit, which obviously is this is not for kids.
Oh yeah, the Jackal says a piece of criticism. Now we're spilling all the secrets.
No.
Bring your babies.
Maisie brought her own box for her and a couple of her girlfriends. They're just going to do a fun night out.
This is not for kids, obviously. But with that being said, we're not screaming the F word or really,
But Travis will be there.
But I'm sure curse words will fly on the stage, and then I'm not going to tell Cash Out to change or anything. But Dr. Phillips and the Front Yard Festival doesn't have an age restriction because everybody's in their own box and they card everybody. So it's like you can bring your kids if you have to.
I like that.
Obviously, older kids, I would say, but like I said, we're not censoring ourselves.
Super European of them. I like it. Seriously, it makes me feel like we're in a real city.
But some people don't have, especially during a pandemic, don't have babysitters, or if they they have a 10 and 12-year-old and they have to bring them. I mean, you could bring them. I mean,
most babysitters are poor, and poor people are dying of the virus, so you have to stay away from them. Stay in your sector.
So anyway, it's TomandDanLandCruise.com, and I get your tickets before they sell out. It's going to be April 17th.
I'm sorry, my attention span for plugs is only about 12 minutes before I start making jokes.
Sorry. I had to, because this is the first day of actual ticket sales to everybody. Yeah. So here's what makes me believe in or what makes everybody believe in God. So I was sitting there last night.
I'm still on my journey, sir.
Yeah,
and I was like April 17th. I was like, what is familiar about
this? It's my birthday. How did you forget?
No, we were supposed to come back on the cruise. You already told us that.
Yeah, no, but besides from that, I'm like, is that Tom and Dan Day? And I started looking, trying to find the document because I knew I'd posted a picture of it years ago. And I'm like, and I'm trying to find it. I'm like, and this is like literally 12 o'clock at night. Crystal's yelling at me like, go to sleep. You'll find out tomorrow. Quit being a crazy person.
Andrea is
Put your phone down. You're keeping me awake.
Andrea's in our chat room. It is her anniversary.
Well, your anniversary.
Well, she said it's my anniversary.
Well, Crystal did bring that up.
I'm much like half of America right now. That's not my anniversary.
Crystal did bring up. She's like,
"Why'd you to storm that bitch?
Why'd you do your event on Daniel Landers' anniversary?" I'm like, he never brought it up. We talked about it for a week. And he never brought it up.
What better way to celebrate your love than the fucking money I put in your goddamn wallet?
Oh yeah, this is all wash. No one's making money on this.
No, I know, but at least it solidifies anyway, why are these people here? It's because I still got it.
It is Tom and Dan Day, like on the decree that the Mayor Buddy Dyer gave us, April 17th.
But I always
2000. Was it 15?
17. I would never think that though, because
I was like, what are the chances?
They gave us the digital copy and mailed the nice copy, the physical copy. They mailed it on we got it on the 14th.
Well, they said it, yeah.
Yeah, we declared Tom and Dan Day. Buddy Dyer put his video out on the 14th, and then it
on the paper it
is
says
the 17th, which I guess is my anniversary, which I always say is the 14th. I get it mixed up with my wife's birthday, which is the 7th of October.
So, anyway, what are the chances that lands, like the only time they had available was April 17th, and that happened to be...
So you're telling us you're now a man of God.
No, it happened to be when that was the day we were getting back from they were supposed to get back from this postponed cruise the second time.
Tom and Dan. They're like, the only day we have is Tom and Dan Day.
Yeah, and that was the weekend we were going to get back from our cruise. Like, it's crazy that happened, and that's how stupid we are. We didn't even realize it until this morning, and last night when I thought about it, I was like, shit, fucking Tom and Dan Day is crazy. Anyway, so should be all these weird things are going to mean...
We should form a series...
shit show.
Okay, the month of April, this has been happening too much for us not to brainstorm, maybe on a BDM show or something. We should have a series. We should have clothing that you're supposed to wear in the month of April.
I'm down.
We should have music.
It's me and Butler's birthday month.
We have music that you play in the month of April, and you should have to put a tree up for Tom and Dan Day.
I'll erect something.
And you put it out on your maybe you spread some grass seed and you put a tiny tree out on a tiny meadow. No, like what you do. You have the little meadow that you use for Christmas. You really are grumpy and hate fun today.
I was grumpy today because
why are you all pissed off?
Your fucking bento boxes.
I'm just
man, that again.
Well, it's the
it's gonna ruin your whole day.
I get mad at change because as I get older, I start getting set in my ways, and I get into the routines. And then when they change, it's like the Google Calendar, like how we
Calendar.
Well, remember we went from one calendar to the other, and I was grumpy for
it's like a Google cluster. Yeah.
So good. I forgot about those things.
Google clusters are good.
So I've been feeding my sons bullshit for lunch, and garbage apparently. Like the Cheetos and the chips.
Yeah, they all eat garbage. So Maisie,
which I said fine.
Maisie eats straight garbage.
No, I got this. Your wife is the one that forced the bento box on my wife.
I told you this week. Yes, we may pack a healthy lunch, but she trades everything she has
of course.
For goldfish. All she eats are Pepperidge Farm's cheesy goldfish. That's it. I asked her what she had for lunch. 4 bags of goldfish, she said. She traded her protein for goldfish. She traded her apples for goldfish. She traded even her dessert for goldfish. She's crazy about goldfish. Yeah. By the way, if you're keeping score, my dad's favorite treat was Pepperidge Farm's goldfish. The only thing that Maisie doesn't have is Early Times and Diet Coke.
Anyway, Crystal's like, we got to do healthier. We got to be better at this. And I got this bento box, and it's like the nuts.
But the box isn't going to make the kids healthier.
And then I got to cut there's nuts here and fresh veggies and a fruit area and a grain.
Fruit area.
And then there's like, here's a protein. It's all
like packing a fucking tackle box.
Yeah, it is like a tiny tackle box.
No, it's like a bug out bag. You got everything in there.
And then so I stand there with my hands, my arms crossed, and the grumpy, and then Crystal loads the thing. I'm like, anyway. So
why does that make you so mad though? Is it because you feel like you failed?
No.
Well then, but if she's loading it and you're not having to do anything, then why the fuck do you care?
Because I was doing it my way,
fucking
which
Frank
was
Sinatra
fine.
over here.
Which is fine.
But you're not having to do it now. Just let her think she's got it better. Let her think. I let Andrea think she wins all the time.
But I also got some I'm feeding you lunch, and that's I'm feeding my boys. My boys.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I've abandoned my boys.
Jesus Christ.
There was a
bastard in a basket. Just a bastard in a basket.
I did start screaming. I abandoned my boys, and then I was scared. Everybody, the whole family scared.
In front of the church?
Yeah.
As
Anyway,
you're being baptized?
Let's do some voicemail email.
It's called mail on mail.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Some voicemail email.
He's so mad.
You went on so long, I have to call this guy back.
I'm sorry.
Hey guys.
Got 30 minutes? Too long.
1-800-HOT-DICK, the place to find real action with real men. To make it even better, we've got new low prices. So low, we're practically giving it away free.
If you are a man seeking a woman, press 1. If you are a woman seeking a man, press 2. If you are a man seeking a man, press 3.
Mail. On mail.
Too long. That thing's too long. No one's got time for this. And the only reason my plug was so long is because the goddamn thing's gonna be sold out, and we'll never have to plug it again. I'm sorry. Because I was like, I gotta make this one good because the thing's gonna be sold out by Monday. And then I'm like, the sponsors. Anyway.
Jay Brewer hit the nail on the head. He said he thinks you're rebooting. That's what it looks like. It's like, I see it, the rainbow Apple logo, and then I just see the Apple come up.
He's putting his flip-flops on.
I missed the pandemic when I had time to get into plants. I just had no shirt and tiny Dukes on, and I just went home and I made I messed with plants. No one did shit.
The fuck out,
I was like, events? We got no events ever next year.
That's what's really happening.
Yeah, that's it. It's the event planning. He's back to event planning.
Yeah.
Then we got to stop doing events.
One event a year, I think.
Yeah, this is it. This is all you guys get.
Oh my God.
Well,
you guys don't understand what me and Butler had to deal with this morning.
Yeah. You guys should do what I do. Just come in here and turn music on.
When I got out of for a year, and then all of a sudden it was like we jump back into event planning.
All right, I'm gonna start this email because this guy already hung up once, and I don't want to lose him again.
He's like a user that went back to his old dosage.
Oh, let me plug TrueLeaf. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Fill out our form, TrueLeaf.
There you. Thank you, Tom. Oh my God, it's a fucking miracle. I believe in God now. Okay.
You guys know.
Hi, Tom, Dan, Sam, and Butler. Many times I've heard y'all talk about massage places and the shenanigans you can get up to. Today, while partaking in some substances, I decided I was going to do it. I've never been to a regular massage place, let alone one where you can get full service. After doing some online research,
service? How do you... Okay.
After doing some online research, I picked a place, got some cash out, and walked in.
I need some specifics, but yes, okay.
The one woman who was there was very nice and didn't seem dead behind the eyes like Tom seems to like. I paid for an hour massage, which included a table shower.
By the way, there was more than one woman there. There's no way they work it just singularly like that.
That seems dangerous.
It is.
Unlike popular thought, the money I took out to do the old put it in the shoe routine, I was asked to put it away. The
shoe or the money?
I believe the money. Okay. The massage was very normal, with the exception that even though I am closer to a Chungus, she was very flirty and complimentary.
Closer to a Chungus.
With 10 minutes left, the masseuse asked if there was any place I wanted more attention.
10 minutes? I mean, God, give me 8 and then call me at 2.
So I took off my towel and rolled onto my back. She asked if I was of age, compliment again, and made the hold up one finger to her lips to signal keep it on the low.
What does she say if you say I'm 17? You know, like
she'll still do it.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I think.
That's just it's like they ask you your age when you buy a pack of cigarettes. I just give you.
When I asked how much, her response was, "I don't care. You pay for what you enjoy."
Oh, I love those kind of restaurants. The ones where it's like honor system.
Then, after one last head nod of agreement, I received quite a good gibber that went on longer than the 10 minutes I expected.
Hold on a second. A gibber? Hold on a second. Does this guy know what a gibber is? Because unless my definition is incorrect, a gibber is not a hibber.
Could be a hand gibber.
A hibber is...
Could be, I don't know.
Well, you have to say hand gibber, right?
I always thought...
We'll ask for specifics.
I always thought hand gibber was a hand gibber. A gibber is a mouth gibber.
Yeah.
I paid a slight premium, and she hugged me afterwards for tipping her well.
Fuck the hug.
Overall, it was way less shady than I expected, and the massage was pretty good.
Yeah, but I don't want a grandma hug after you suck my dick.
Yeah, don't hug me.
I don't want a grandma hug.
You lean your pelvis out and tap the back.
Oh, see you next time, Johnny. Thanks for taking me to the DMV.
Burping her. Yeah.
The price of the service could have been more affordable than I made it, but if I ever decide to go back, I want to be a preferred client. Overall, 4 out of 5 experience, with the exception of feeling slightly rushed at the end. If you're single and have a little bit of disposable income, it's a good time for a fair price at the location I visited.
P.S. I love the hug the best sign. Almost Chungus.
So
we have Massage Chungus on the line.
Whoa!
He's on line 1.
I have a lot of questions for
He
Chungus
wants,
here.
yeah, he wants to be anonymous, so
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
calling him Massage Chungus.
Okay, Massage Chungus, you are on the line. It's Dan. What's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
So,
You sound like an authentic massage chung.
Massage Chungus, when you said you did online research, what did you
what'd
research?
you Google?
Pretty much just like massage parlor reviews adult, and it came up with that. What's it called? Rub maps or tug maps or whatever.
Yeah, don't act like you don't know it. It's tug maps.
And then you went on Tug Maps, and then you found a local massage parlor.
By the way, my car's GPS is tug maps.
And what made you decide to do this, Chungus?
Substance abuse.
All right.
Which
Being
substance?
honest.
Which substance?
Are you a married man, Chungus?
I am not. I am single as fuck.
Okay.
All right, that's. I mean, so he's just basically what this guy's doing is a hero's work, right?
So you got lonely and you decided. Have you ever done anything like this before? Prostitution or anything like that?
No, actually, I had not.
Okay.
And now, what? And I don't want to get into specifics, but it seemed like when I read the email after Sam forwarded it over. It seemed like you do have a higher level of confidence than I think most people that would go into this. Like, I know, like, I've told my story before. I chickened out. I was very nervous about it.
Yeah. Well, you didn't go in there seeking.
I didn't go there with the
yeah.
intention of doing it. Were you nervous when you were deciding to do this? Like, when you were doing the research, I understand, obviously you've got free will. You can decide to do it or not. But once you knew you were in the car and you're chunging your way down there, were you at all, like, apprehensive?
Actually, for like most of it, I was like, am I gonna do it? Am I gonna do it? And when she was like, oh, there's 10 minutes left, I was like,
you called an
pull the
audible?
trigger, let's go.
Shit.
Okay, so let's.
Ah, damn.
Let's
Did
talk
you
about
already
this.
have a boner when you rolled over?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So Chungus, let's talk about
I never got one.
So, was there any pre-talk? Like, okay, so you find a place on Rub Maps, but you still don't know 100% because they're obviously not putting on the menu.
Right.
If this is the type of place that does that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can kind of tell just by the outside. Like,
Oh yeah, and the outside is definitely very like, oh hey, this is what happened.
Yeah. I'm not joking. I may be
Wait, it's like
90% accurate. If you just drove me by a massage parlor, I could tell you if they give hand jobs or not by 90% accuracy. Just by
And Tom, I guarantee, even though you've never been there, you know exactly which one this is.
Well, yeah, he lives in Castleberry. It's next to his house.
Well, it's always the same building with barely any windows.
Green.
and-
Very tinted.
Yeah, always look for green and faded graphics.
With a fucking lotus. Yeah.
Like a big orange neon open sign, and then just something that generically says massage.
Yeah.
Or some sort of like, if it says Asian massage for whatever reason, that's even more of a sign. Anyway.
Well, Asian is the Asian word for jack off.
Can you clarify if it was a
weird.
It's weird. Yeah.
Can you clarify if it was a hand jibber or a mouth jibber?
Okay. Oh yeah.
It was definitely mouth jibber.
All
Wait,
right.
what do you mean definitely? Like what? You I just got back the results.
So let's Chungus.
Dude, that's okay.
next level.
That is next level.
That is
shit.
next level.
That is
So
next level.
okay,
shit.
let's talk about that. So you didn't have any pre-conversation with, did you sit in the lobby? Did you have to make your appointment online and then
No, you walk
Check
in.
her mouth for sores.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a walk-in situation. First off, I walked in and I was the only one there. There wasn't even like somebody at the front.
That's
I
weird.
stood there for like 2 minutes, and then she came out from the back and she was like, "Oh, hey, how can I help you?" I was like, "Want to get a massage?"
I was just spitting the last guy out.
She was like, you want to go now? And I was like, yeah, sure. And she was like, you want a half hour or a full hour? And I was like, I'll pay for a full hour. Why not?
How about a full hour, Chungus? I'll give you a big Chungus special.
Now, was there... So that's all... You said, I'll pay for the full hour, and then... why did you opt for the table shower? Because... I feel like
that's what you're hung up on?
Yeah, it's too awkward.
Tom, please, if this guy's going to call our show and bare his soul, I would like to ask you to at least pull back on the judgment, man.
Honestly.
No, don't give it... No, Tom's right. It was very awkward. But it was included, so, I mean, get the most out of my money, right?
Was it because you saw a table shower and you're like, that's kind of close to jacking off? So you know the jack off math?
No, but
maybe that is the one you have to pick.
Maybe I don't know what the table shower is. You lay on the table and they just wash you on the table.
Sponge you down, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like this shower pad thing that you lay down and it's almost like a massage table.
Are you naked?
Yeah.
All right.
And are you like, so you take off your, I guess.
Do they go between the cheeks?
Your voice sounds
like... They
like...
do go between the cheeks, and that was very awkward.
You're a man Okay, hold on. He's a man that sounds like all of his T-shirts come from GameStop.com.
No.
You sound like you've got at least...
Definitely Hot Topic.
3 or 4 Mario...
Hold on a second.
I smell
You're goth, Chungus?
I smell
yeah, I'm like...
Is this Norm?
Chungus? No, it is not Norm.
Nah, I don't know.
That's what Norm would say.
This is a very Norm.
Do you like that helmet I sold you?
That's a Norm laugh, I know.
If I were watching the show Norm, this would be the pilot.
Norm got jacked off. Anyway, so Norm,
calling him Norm.
While you're getting the table shower, is there anything that, because this is what, okay.
So you're naked. Are you laying up or down? Is it dick down or dick up?
Dick up.
And then she's spraying you with a wand and washing your body?
Yeah.
With soap? Do you smell good? What are the smells you're smelling?
Lavender and cum.
It was like liquid dial.
It's a blue dog.
It's a yellow dial.
Oh my god!
She's a fucking dry ass.
She's cutting costs, guys.
She's washing you like an Exxon duck.
She put Dawn on you to get the oil out of your hair.
Anyway, so now
mask on in the shower, by the way.
You're getting waterboarded.
Hold on, that's the drop I want of him going, mask on in the shower, by the way.
You got a blowjob, sir. It's fine.
He's mad as hell.
I don't know. For whatever reason in my head, I figured she wouldn't be worried about
Yeah, she's sucking dick. Why did you did you have to wear a condom?
Yeah, but
no, I did not.
But he has
come on.
But he has to put it through her mask.
Take your mask off. You don't think what? Like, come on, lady. Hold on, did you have to wear your mask on while you were getting the blowjob?
You're breathing heavy in your mask.
Yes, I did.
I don't know if you can
mask blowjob. God, that's good.
And then did she put her mask back on immediately after she was done?
No, you spit then mask.
I was gonna ask spit or swallow.
Like some NFL president drinking a beer, and then they all of a sudden they see him go.
They go fast. Paparazzi.
They're on camera. They're like, oh shit.
Did
she swallow?
Yeah.
I do not know. She got up and walked out of the room.
She spit. She spit.
Yeah. She probably spit right on the industrial carpet.
So, Norm, before, what was the transaction or the business transaction that led to that deed? Because that's where I'm curious about. Like, I always made the joke money in the shoe, and I know in your email you said, oh, they told me, that's I've never done any of this because I'm not big fat Norm that needs to. Although it does sound.
I'm sorry for this hate that I'm giving you.
Don't reverse psychology us.
I don't think it's fair for you to act as if this isn't cool. This is cooler than you, dude. You
Yeah.
would never do this.
Okay.
You would never do this. You don't have the cojones to do this.
Let's talk about if this was an accepted practice that everybody was fine with.
Imagine like going to a bar.
Imagine how many guys and how much money this industry would make. Like, I'm serious.
Disney World, yeah.
Like,
blow shops.
Like, imagine, because Norm, you would...
I'm going down to a blow shop.
How would you rate your experience? By the way, why'd you hug her at the end, bro?
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, why'd you do the grandma hug at the end? Even when my grandma... Look,
I don't even do that with my wife.
Too awkward.
Okay, pause for 1 second. When old ladies give me gifts, like my grandma give me a fucking saddlebred sweater, I'll hug her like that. But when she sucks my dick, I don't give her a hug afterwards.
Yeah, you just say thank you.
Yeah.
You go about your day like you. Then you get out of there ashamed.
I mean, even a pound would have been more acceptable.
I'm sorry.
It definitely was not my choice. I wanted to hurry out of there. But she was like, "Oh, what's your name?" And then went to hug me, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay,
Clientele.
I guess I have to hug you now."
Yeah, because she wants you to be a regular Chungus.
So
Because I think that these people thrive on regulars. I really believe
Oh, for
that.
sure.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, and you get...
It's just like
Jerry Jones.
exotic dancers.
Jerry
Like they
Jones.
have the
Now
people
you're-
that come
now
back.
we're
Sorry.
getting fucking sued because Tom's memory.
Sorry, Jerry.
What happened to your great memory that you've had for years?
I meant Kraft as the old white
Kraft,
guy that
God.
old white guy that owns an NFL team. Anyway, yeah, Kraft is a
great.
regular.
OUC's calling me.
The
What
chat's
did I
on
not pay my
fire, by
bill?
the way.
So, going back to the transaction, what was the pivotal point where you knew that it was time to like make a decision? I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
for this, or what's the code?
It's chung
Yeah.
time.
What happened?
Well, so like the true scumbag I am, and just like Tom, I wore sandals in there. So I had put the money. I had put the money on top of the sandals because I was like,
No, you can't put money in
wait.
sandals.
So this guy, no, this is your new norm, dude.
Gross.
Because this guy did it like you
God
would
damn
have
it.
done it. This
What
guy,
are people's perception
no,
of me?
this guy,
Because I'm just like you're sir. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me that.
I mean, people tell me I am you.
Yeah. So you put the money on top of the sandals, and then she's like, "Put the money away."
yeah, she was like, "Put that away. You can tip me later." And I was like, "Okay, sure." And then when she was like, "Yeah, 10 minutes left. Is there anywhere else that you want a massage?" And I just kind of went, and she went, put her finger up to her mouth like, "Hey, don't tell anyone."
Like the
I'm
whisper.
trying to
Okay,
tell.
so you said you're breaking up just a little bit, like you're on a Bluetooth or something. So she says, "Is there any place else that needs some attention?" And you do the and she does the.
Yeah.
You should have rolled over and spread your ass.
I was saying, like, this is the first time she's ever done this. She's like, "Shh, don't tell me." I'm like, I'm in a dungeon.
I don't normally blow chunguses.
Your legs are shackled to the floor. So,
Ramsey Bolton.
so she said she put the old "don't tell anybody," and then. Did you know it was going to be a blowjob? I would have figured it was a hand job.
I
It's
also
always
want to say when she goes, "Shh," is better than if she'd taken her hand and done it across her neck like a pirate.
Yeah.
or she's like, "They're watching."
Oh, no, I did not know that it was going to be a blowjob. That was a pleasant surprise.
Okay,
I
now hold,
suppose.
pause. That would freak me
Wow.
out because I think
Usually that costs more.
I think I
Right.
could go like if she reached and grabbed it. I know where I'm thinking. I'm freaking out and I'm like, oh my God, I'm ruining
It's
my
happening.
life. I'm cheating on my family. I'm ruining my life. But
if
I'm
you
like,
feel that
but I'm
mouth-
like, I think I can explain a hand away. God damn it, you were born for this. You're going to explain it away. You're going to explain it away. And if there's anything you know, it's that Andrea is a good person and that you will literally. This is it. You will now have to try the rest of your life to
make it up,
to
right?
make it up to her. But this is it. You get one.
Minor
Horribly not even good hand job in a horrible place.
Yeah. By I think it's excellent.
But the minute that mouth
I
goes,
mean,
but the minute
chances
the
are.
minute I feel warmth and the
Right.
minute it's wet, I'm like, and then I'm like, well, I've ruined my life now. This is it. It's-
Might as well go through with it at this
Go back.
point.
And I realize that by
So-
explaining that, I'm making you guys probably think less of me, but I'm just trying to answer this honestly.
So-
I would never get myself in this situation to begin
The
with.
chat wants to know how she looked.
Why does that matter?
Well, the chat wants to know.
She wasn't unattractive, but she wasn't like the pictures on the website either.
yeah.
Okay.
We all
Well,
know.
well,
That's what those
give
are.
us
So she was average.
Give us a non-judgy description.
Mid to late 40s, petite.
Late 40s and pigtails.
Petite.
Oh.
Yeah.
Obviously couldn't see her face because of the mask. So
Okay.
So Chungus,
Did you check her teeth out at all? Because that's a bothersome thing to me too.
I'm not doubting.
She wore a mask while she gave you a blowjob?
Here's what's weird. So me and Daniel wandered into essentially what I think was a bordello or a prostitution house in San Francisco one time.
Yeah, that was bad.
And as soon as he walked, it was supposed to be a strip club, but apparently it was like, basically they did full-on prostitution. So they immediately took us to a back room, each of us, and then the prostitute that I was speaking with, immediately was the sex worker. Sorry, I'm trying to get
Look
better.
At you.
Oh yeah,
proud of you.
they were giving me a rundown.
Yeah, and the list was
my whore was gone crazy.
Everything had a price, so they were like, "This is this, this is this," and like the hand job was obviously cheaper than the blow job.
It was, yes.
And then there was sex
Of
in there.
course,
You know what? I was there too, and this checks out.
And I think that's
And
standard.
it's bold, like not only to go straight to mouth, but like no condom or
Sometimes
nothing. Like during a pandemic, you're just giving out blowjobs with no condom.
I mean,
they're
there's
not
a
giving
lot
them
worse
out.
than Corona. I think
well, you can't. I don't think you can get corona from blowjobs because it's airborne.
Yeah. I think, but it's even like the herpes, a lot of herpes.
I don't
out
know.
A lot of
there.
herpes out
I
there.
honestly don't.
Also, sir, you might want to get checked out, Norm.
By the way, Norm, sorry. Anyway, the fact that she gave
He
you a
hung up.
blowjob
He had a blowjob
with no condom, I would be thinking the whole time.
I'd be freaking out.
And I'm like, well, this probably isn't the first time she decided, like, you know what? Today, I'm tired of condoms. I'm going raw dog.
Raw dog. Going raw dog for my dog Norm.
She is raw dog Ronnie.
You know what? Well, that's the name of the show. And spell it like the girl that sings with Eddie
it's
Money.
I-E.
Ronnie, I think her name was Ronnie Spector.
Yeah, because
we'll spell it.
It's not like it's not like she was searching for the condom, couldn't find one, or like like some sort of person was yelling at her to hurry up, and she had to do it. Like this was a relaxed scenario. She just went straight no condom right off the bat. That tells me that this is a norm for her. Norm.
Hey.
So, anyway,
the
did
chat
that concern
also-
you?
This guy laughs like somebody we used to work with. He's fucking me up.
The chat also wants to know how big your dick is, Norm.
Oh, okay.
Average at best.
Yeah, the
Alright.
standard Chungus.
Okay.
How fat are you?
Standard white Chungus.
How chungy are you?
How chungy are you?
I'm more of a Chungus light. I'm like 5'11", 245.
Yeah, you're like a pearman. That's fine.
Yeah, that's back. That's,
Yeah, you're fine.
So
5'11",
245.
245. Yeah,
Did
you're good.
now what did this whole transaction cost? Because I got
Norm in our chat room is mad now because he says you're not big enough to be a Chungus. So now we got an unfortunate fat fight on our hands.
The only thing Norm got mad at is that this guy claimed to be fat and Norm was fatter.
Well, if you are going to claim it.
There's a conspiracy that this is Norm on the phone. So I don't,
Anyway,
he's trying to throw us off the scent.
So Chungus, how much did everything cost when it was all said and done?
$120.
That's not bad, dude. For a massage and a blowjob, that's a great deal.
Dude, $120 for a massage and a blowjob is...
Think about this for a
Hold
second.
on a second.
Think about this.
Value.
Think about if this was a service that our society accepted to be fine.
Correct.
How many men that including ourselves, would be at one of these places? I mean, how long?
If society
I'm
were
not
different,
joking.
If society were different and
Twice
Andrea
a
was
week?
like... And Andrea was like, what are you doing, guys? Oh, I'm like, hey, babe, me and Tom ended early. We're going to go up to, there's a blow shop up the street. We're going to go get a couple beers, a couple blowjobs.
Couples blow, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Just don't drink and drive. Okay, baby, I love you. Hey, tell me I love you.
How?
And let me say, it could have been cheaper, too. She told me pay whatever I want.
Yeah, and he...
Well,
and
then you're a cheapskate.
No,
hold on. That's a $50 blowjob. A normal massage is $50. I tip.
A normal massage is $50. Where are you going?
Well, my wife.
No, it was $80 for the hour.
Wait, it's only $50.
And then you tipped her 40. My God, I mean, this is a cheap.
Yeah,
dude, you got a deal.
Yeah, you did.
A full because honestly, most.
God, that's a better deal than our fucking Land Cruise.
I'm.
For real.
We should go
If we
back.
can get blowjobs at the
we
Land
can't,
Cruise.
we can't even compete.
This is way
You
better
know what?
than Land
If you
Cruise.
are listening to
I'm not
this,
joking.
cancel your pod and just go get that because that's just way
Yeah.
better.
You
man.
can't cancel no refunds. I found that. We got you. Sorry. It's fine.
Also, that's fine.
That is true. We're gonna be sold out. You can probably scalp them.
For those that don't get a pod, go get a blowjob instead.
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying, if this
Now,
was accepted,
do you think she would do the same for a girl? You know what I mean? With the mouth?
That's a lot more. It's a more
that's
intimate thing, I think.
I don't know.
That's
a good
discrimination.
question.
But going over
I think-
somebody's body parts and going in somebody's body parts is way different.
Well, not Andy. You can just
You're not
go
in it.
over.
No, you go in.
No, he's
Everybody-
no.
No.
What are you doing? I don't know.
Well, no,
That-
you go. But it's at the top. You're concentrated on the top.
Yeah, just-
but occasionally there's, you know,
Slippage?
No, I don't know about that.
there's,
I don't know.
you know,
You gotta dip in a little
I mean,
bit.
it's not like
If you're stabbing it like a sword, you do.
Well,
I mean, maybe your wife's
not
like
poor,
that.
I know what Tom does. Tom
No.
does this. He puts his tongue straight out and then he does this.
No, I don't.
He does that weird ass tongue fucking.
No. Come on, don't talk
I
about
could
that.
see you're a tongue
I-
fucker.
I-
You're
I
embarrassed.
knew he was a tongue fucker.
I know I don't do any
Yeah,
of
you
that.
do.
DJ Khaled. Wow. Well, the Chunks, are you going to go now? Is this going to be a
Are you going
regular
back? Yeah.
thing? Because I'm not joking. It would be hard if, like, I was a single guy and then I found that this, well, like, I got to know this lady. Or
Dude,
at least
if I were in college,
I was a regular.
are you crazy?
Like-
I'd have the best grades ever.
This may be a once or twice a month thing that I would budget money to
Every
do.
2 weeks, I would
Yeah,
go.
because you know how hard it is to get one of those normally.
Yeah, and then you know her, and then you
Very
force
hard.
her.
Does she charge? I
Especially if you're
wonder,
married.
like, is it fair to assume that you would charge more for a bigger dick? More dick to suck?
No. They're pros.
no,
Yeah,
yeah, no,
and pros
No,
and
it's
sleeve.
baseline one price.
Okay. All right.
So how
But
often?
what
are
about, you know, they should charge for how much comes out.
No.
Because that's where it gets difficult, you
Um,
know? If you're like, won't stop, you know, like.
Eat some watermelon before you go in there.
Yeah, I though we all are surprised there was no condom involved. That does seem
Yeah.
odd for a sex
Did you
worker.
think about
You
it?
do might want to get checked, you know,
Well,
for something.
If you don't got any sores, I think you're good.
No,
you
I
know?
mean,
Like-
like, you guys need to mind your
but
business.
she had the mask on. It was hiding the sores. That's why she was behind the mask.
Oh, man.
So crazy.
Now
like
I will
fucking
say,
Baraka, yeah.
sober,
You got
I am
got
much
sore
more
Sally.
worried about it.
Huh?
I said sober, I am much more worried about it, but, you know,
Well, that's me with
we'll cross
everything.
that bridge when we come to it.
What drugs were you on?
I'm not going to name names, but it is definitely one of the least socially acceptable.
No.
Heroin.
You were on heroin and you got herpes.
That's fucking awesome.
Heroin and herpes.
What'd you guys talk about today? Well, one of our
Definitely
listeners
not
called
heroin.
in. He was on a heroin. Well, hey, Daddy, it's me, Maisie. What you talk about? What you, Mr. Tom, talk about your
what's
show
your
today?
job?
Well, a buddy of ours, Chungus, he called in. He did heroin. He got a blowjob from an old lady. And a table shower and
God.
no condom on him. So,
Oh man.
so hey, how about that land cruise, man? Did I tell you about the land, Maisie? Did I tell you about the land cruise?
It is
Daddy's
pretty
doing
amazing
with
that,
with Mr. Tom.
Is it? What is it? It's nothing matters at all.
You're anonymous. Just
nothing
tell us.
Nothing may matter.
Is it meth?
So you're not? Yeah. What? Just tell us.
No, it's not. No, the reason
Cocaine.
that I'm still not one to name it is because I know there are a few BDMs that'll probably recognize my voice, and I don't want to be confronted about it.
Damn it.
That's
It
heroin.
wasn't
Harry.
meth, but it wasn't heroin.
It's
That's Sammy
Crack
Crack on the
Mike.
line. Yeah.
Well, Chungus, thanks for telling us your story.
That was riveting.
That
I-
was.
I feel like
I think that's as close as we've ever come. Because he did a good job. We've had other guys call in and try to do this, but I really felt the massage with Chungus.
something tells me though that this ain't gonna last, and that's not the same experience everybody
Well,
gets.
he's a
'cause
drug
I
addict.
wrote no. I'm saying like I've heard the massage parlor and the
They
happy
burn hot
ending,
for a minute, yeah.
but it's always the hand. I feel like the mouth.
She's trying to get the
You
customer
know what
to come
I
back.
want?
I'm
You know what
telling
I
you.
want?
It's rough
I
out
don't want a
there.
hand. I don't want mouth. I don't want vagina. Give me the massage, and then afterwards, politely ask me if I want anal.
All right, Chungus, we'll
But
talk to you
not
again.
on you, in me.
If you go back, tell us about your second experience because
Yeah,
I'm curious
please
to
do.
see if it's
Hey,
like
wait,
the first.
But for real, go get checked
Could
out.
we send him there
condoms?
under and then give him like a game? Like my favorite show is Impractical.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I can't say that with a straight face.
Give him
And then we put
AirPods,
him an
yeah.
earpiece, and
Yeah.
then we're like, okay, Now fart.
Okay. No, I would definitely be afraid of some like gangsters coming out from the back and murdering me for that.
But you said she was alone. You were sure of it.
You're not gonna get murdered for farting.
What'd you do? What'd you do? Did this motherfucker fart on you?
They'll kick your flanks a couple times.
I got
they'll take your money.
flanks though, man.
He's playing into it now.
Chung.
All right.
Get out of here. All right. Sorry, we gotta go to break.
That was a fun ride.
Yeah, we only got
up, I was
one
down.
email. Yeah.
You know, when
Yeah, we only got through one email of that
that's
story.
fine.
When
Yeah,
he put
it's
his money on the sandals, it all
But
I like that he drawed the line at, I'll have a stranger suck my dick, but I won't tell you what drug I did.
no condom, but the drug stigmas are real, man.
it's
Must be real bad.
It is crazy that think about how many people would do that and pay for it. And
I think we probably underestimate how many people actually
You're right.
do
Yeah,
it.
but I'm trying to be honest with my answer, and I really don't want people to, because based on Tom's example, he's saying if society deemed it differently, if wives deemed it differently, if this were like an actual thing,
well, then it could
Dude,
be
brothels should be legal.
yeah, it could be
100%.
taxed
Because
there could be
Exactly, safer.
But
the goddamn
imagine-
sex slavery. I apologize
Right.
for making so many jokes, but it's real.
But
and
if
this
it
is
were
what-
medical, take a medical approach, and some people in that space, in the sex worker space, they do.
yeah, and you can be
but-
safe about it.
Yeah, there's and there are cam girls that are completely
It's literally safer for the
legitimate-
customer and the person that
Correct,
works
but
there.
there are sex workers, or cam girls, namely, that are as legitimate as any other business. Probably more so, maybe even morally better. They
Right.
just have better morals. They're not going to fuck you over. Yeah, but the sex thing, I understand, is a stigma. I just think it's weird. I wonder if some relationships would be saved, because I know I have a very high libido, and I know that I can be I know I can be annoying as fuck. Those are two separate things. If you put those two things together, though. You know what I mean? I know that I run hotter than Andrea, and most of the time guys run hotter than girls. So I wonder if we just skewed it just to, I wonder if it could save a marriage, or I don't know.
A lot of wives out there don't want to blow their Chungus husband.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
as much as he wants it.
Look, I agree. I don't want to blow a fat guy.
Yeah. So
As I stand right now, if somebody said, "Do you want to blow a fat guy?"
But
I don't think so.
he can't go get the service because the wife would be mad. But he's like, I'm not in love with this person. But
I
it's
just
too
gotta get the
complicated.
poison out.
We'll never get there. I think.
The name of the band is Bad, or 68. Sorry, the name of the song is Bad Bite. I got ahead of myself there. The name of the band, 68. These guys are awesome. It's a two-piece. Two-piece are popular now, not just in fried chicken. We'll be back with more on Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan momentarily. 1-844-TOM, the letter N-D-A-N, or show at tomanddan.com. Go!
I hope you get a fine understanding of the mess of a life that I stand in. Yeah.
It's crazy, right? This is Bubba Whoop-Ass Wilson's son, Josh. I knew him as Joshy, when he was that. Now, I believe I'm supposed to, let's do this right. This is Wilson the Hippie with his song, Joshua.
Okay, that's what he goes
Yep,
by.
Wilson
the
the
hippie.
Yep. And he looks exactly like his dad. They will be in here on Monday for the BDM show. Not a BDM. I did that by design. Wanted to play the song. Hopefully you'll sign up. Give it a try. Just sign up at tomanddan.com.
Last time I saw Josh was at some event.
Yeah.
God damn.
He's a great drummer, good musician.
Over 15 years ago or something like that, maybe between 10 and 15 years ago. And I don't know, how old is he now?
26.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, Bubba told me that. Bubba told me that, and There have been very few times, I think because I've done some things by design to extend my childhood. I still play video games, extends the childhood. I'm covered in tattoos, extends the childhood, at least for me. Other people do them for different reasons. Tons of music, extends the childhood. The way that I dress, But when Bubba told me, when he goes, he's 26, it killed me, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa!
And then we're going to do the stereotypical old man thing when he comes in here on Monday. We're going to be like, I remember you when you were 15.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do it.
I remember when people used to do that with me, like some of my mom's friends or my dad's
growing
old friends.
like a weed.
And like, I remember you when you were 5. And I'm like, who cares, old man? I don't remember that. And of course, that's how time works. I grow old. Yes, you saw me 15 years ago. I was younger.
God, what an asshole this is. He hates fun.
No, I'm just saying. And then I'm going to do it to him, and he's going to be like, you dumb old man, that's how it works. Yes, 15 years has passed. Good for you.
I was just pretty jazzed about it because we all know and love Bubba here. This show is pro Bubba. We always have been. We've tried to help him. We have helped him. And it sounds like he's doing really good, still working with our friend Shannon Burt. Doing that thing, and he does that one day a week, so you can support him. But I honestly think that
he must be happy his son's doing music. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure, yeah.
Well, we started to talk about that, and then I asked him. I did something that you and I typically do. I go, hey, Bub, I'd love to have this conversation with you right now. He also said some pretty hilarious things that I will hopefully he'll say on the show. We'll go into, but let's just do this on the show because, he sounds really good. Josh's music is really good. I just want to I want to kind of hear it for the first time here.
Yeah, check out a SoundCloud. I put it in the
go in
Twitch
there
chat.
And throw him some likes and some listens. And
we need to talk to a BDM that has a child that is in the same industry they are and like doing the same thing they are, because I wonder how much more...
You mean working for?
Right, I was going to say, does that count?
No, not working for, but just ended up doing the same thing. So, like, if you were an engineer or something, and then your child's an engineer or whatever the hell it is, because does that make you more proud? Are you happier than if they did some other random thing?
I would never know that. My dad, I'll go on what I know. My dad told me he never wanted me to work in his industry. My dad never wanted me to be a salesman.
My dad said the same thing. Yeah, that must be an old 80s dad thing where, like, my dad told my mom.
Or maybe it's just because they didn't like their job. They thought you wouldn't like the job.
That is correct.
Like,
they wanted better.
If your dad's had a fun job.
They wanted better.
Like driving a forklift on paint pills.
No, but my dad. No, hold on a second.
That sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome. I would leave this job to do that now.
That's the best job.
Look, this. I know we're not known for our positivity, but I think I did it. Like, I think before my dad died, we had started this, and again, I'm not making this negative, I'm making this positive. I think this job checked all the boxes that my dad would have wanted me to do a job.
Okay, I think that's what he thought.
He remember his words to you and I. Never stop doing the podcast, because he knew what it was like to be controlled by a corporation, to have them suck the fun out of it, right?
Yeah.
And remember, he said, no matter what you do, don't, because and he said that quote because we were getting hammered by bigger businesses, and he's a good businessman for a guy that didn't have a college education. Damn good businessman. And any good businessman knows that when they're mad at you because you're doing something that's seemingly successful, it's only because they're not doing it, and they want to shut down something so great. And he knew it.
But it has to be more like that sense of pride. Like if one of your kids end up doing even music industry, like Bubba's always been in music his entire life, right? And then his son's now doing music and not professionally yet, but what if this turns into how your proud scale got to be higher than if he just successful, same amount of money, but doing total work for.
Can I throw a wrench in your equation?
A car dealership.
Let me throw a wrench in your equation.
Yeah.
Yes, I do think that your proud level is pegged. It's a curse, right? So if Tommy and Max came in one day and told you, and I'm being serious here, I'm not making a joke.
Yeah.
If they came in one day and you're doing something, you come home from work and they were like, hey, you got a second, Dad? You're like, oh, sure, I'll got a second. And you walk in there. I'm really trying not to fuck this all up and goof on you. And then they're like, hey, we've wanted to do a laser cast for a long time. We had some old equipment around here, and we put something together, and we kind of hoping you'd listen to it, maybe give us some pointers. and you listen to it and you realize that they actually have the gift of gab. They're good at doing it, and they're doing. I think that you'd have a mixture, right, of both not wanting them to do it because of, A, you're planning an event, you're pulling your pompadour out, you're freaking out, this is a hard business, it's weird.
Pull the pomp.
And there'd be like, you'd be overwhelmed that they're super proud of them because they're doing something for their greatest hero, which is death.
Would you be proud or jealous if they became wildly more successful than you?
No, I'm proud.
He'd be proud. He'd be proud.
They like Joe Rogan level.
I'm such a narcissist that I look at them as an extension of me.
Yeah, he does.
And whatever they achieve, I claim achievement.
I think I just swallowed a doo-doo fly.
If they win the Super Bowl, like I won the Super Bowl.
I think a wise man once said, once a monster, always a monster. And I believe it was you.
Whatever my sons do, they're an extension of me, and I will claim that I have now done what they've done.
No matter what.
Yeah, just whatever they
Except
achieve,
the bad
I achieve.
stuff. Except the bad stuff.
Even the bad stuff.
I murdered those people.
Good to know if I was dying, no one would help me. Only Butler noticed.
It depends on what you're dying.
I saw you hacking it up.
I'm
like
pretty
a cat.
sure I just swallowed a doo-doo fly, and
they're flying around there.
It went straight to the back of my
What
throat.
are we supposed to do? You're not laying on a shower table with a condom on.
Here's why I'll never get the satisfaction of my sons because of asking me that, because they're half my wife. And then
Juan said you're Britney Spears' dad.
The old Jamie Spears.
Oh, if I can get him under the thing,
He doesn't even know the word.
It's all conservative
I'll
shit.
get him. Anyway, so if they have a little bit, or half my wife, and my wife hates when someone explains anything to her that's me or anybody
Well, it's
that
probably
her
mostly
family.
you.
Yeah, it's her family too, or anybody like.
It sounds like what you just said. Your wife hates it when anyone in her family talks to her.
Not talk to her, explains how to do a job, and we make this joke that like. Sometimes her dad wants to tell her about the insurance industry, and it just drives her insane. Like,
Yeah, but she's not in that industry.
No, I know, but it was like if I explain how podcasting.
Yeah, but she's not in that industry. She needs some good explaining. I explain to Andrea all the time. I'll help you.
Mansplain.
I try not to.
It's like like anytime I try to teach my son, we're in puck off, and then they're whacking the goddamn clubs like a crazy wild man, and then I'm like, let me tell you how, like, you bend your knees. Feet got to be shoulder width apart, like, and then they're like, "Get out! I can do it myself." And then they
stubborn.
They hate being like taught anything. So
that's gonna be good for them in life.
If they wanted to do a podcast, they're like, "I'll do it myself." And
Sometimes it's
trying
good,
to give them.
You will figure things out. Let's go to our chat room. A couple people asking questions. So people want to know about your hair. Why it's so
you got
flat
any products
and why
in
you're
there?
freaking out. Because he's freaking out because of the Land Cruise, guys.
I was
habit.
frantically touching my hair all day, and then I was the microphone or the headphones recording commercials on and off. It just happens.
Yeah, that's just
more on Friday because it's
Fridays are rough.
It's not our normal routine.
Yeah.
So again, falling into the old man routine.
I can't get this massage table Chungus thing out of my brain.
Let's do some voicemail.
Oh,
shower
right, bro.
results?
Okay, I picked some out for you. I'm gonna go with. Let's go with this guy right here. He kind of ruined his wife's webinar.
Hey, Tom, Dan. So I was watching the BDM show earlier while EMS was here since I got rescheduled. And during that time, once they were ready to leave, my wife is on a WebEx with, 20-something banks. And whenever, EMS decided to leave, I was just going to pull the car inside the garage and just be done with it. So I jump in the car, and it's blasting, "She thinks my tractor's sexy." So I was like, all right, well, whatever. I'm just going to go ahead and pull in. So I start pulling in, and then all of a sudden, the car steals her Bluetooth connection. And now I'm blasting "She thinks my tractor's sexy" to all these CEOs of banks and whatnot. And I just thought that was a nice bad at life moment. This is a tactical hat. See you guys.
There you go, little tactical hat.
So her
Norm called
Bluetooth
it.
picked up his cell phone.
Yeah, it'll take over. I've done it mistakenly. Thankfully, Andrea doesn't use the Bluetooth aspect to She's all wired in, but yeah, it'll do it to her computer because it's right. Her office is right next to the garage.
Yeah.
So when I come in, it'll start to try and wrangle with it. You can see it.
Oh, I turned on one time. I jumped in Crystal's car to go somewhere or whatever, and when I started her car, all of a sudden. So she was talking to some client that was trying to buy a house, and then it popped in, like, he's like, hello? I'm like, who is this? Some PDM. He's like, Tom? And I'm like, it's me. I don't know how I'm talking to you. And she's like, I was talking to your wife. I'm like, oh.
Okay, well, she's nice, too. What are you doing?
It's amazing that more chaos hasn't happened to me because of Bluetooth and technology and my lack of understanding how to deal with
Wait
it.
till we get to red. When we get to red tooth, you're
if I was
you're done.
If I was secretly a bad person or racist or all these other things, like it would be, I'd be ruined because of them. For sure, my conversations would be broadcast. Everything I wrote would be on everything. Like anyway.
Yeah. Guess who I have?
Who?
I think I have Ross.
Okay.
Let's do it. I'm calling an audible. I'm jumping right to him because I can. Here.
Ross's piece of shit news.
News today brought to you by Johnny's Other Side.
It's just going to end like that.
Sorry.
Okay.
Abrupt.
No
lasers.
Yeah, nope, no lasers today. We're laser free. Now, hopefully we can hear them. I didn't test any of this, but I like to do stuff like this. Ross, can you hear us?
Check 1, check 2, check 3.
All right. Did it. See, that's the important part. The intro, that's fine, but Ross we got to get the guy there.
Ross, when's the last time you went to Johnny's?
I went to Johnny's with Bart Merrick a week ago.
Yeah.
Got that beet burger I saw.
Yeah, I saw
I
that
got the tots. I got the beet burger. They unsolicited put like a little smiley face sauce on it. They take care of you there at Johnny's. It's fucking awesome.
And the beet burger too, guys. Like Ross said in his post, do not sleep on it. I know what you're thinking. Beets. I don't know about that. Just give it a shot. It's very, very tasty.
And then after you eat it, the day after, you think you're dying.
Well, that I wasn't going to say that part. Yeah, I wasn't going to say that.
Well, you just have to remind yourself. Also, $3 craft beers, and they got koozies and magnets there if you want them.
Indeed.
And if you haven't been there in a while, they completely redid the other side. The other side has like a brand new roof.
Yeah.
It's completely covered from the elements, but like open to the air. They got like a little back area that's covered in astroturf. It's really nice. I think the Orlando Advanced Fingering Club meets there on Thursdays.
Oh, I love that. Tom, you'll be down there then, right? Are you still teaching that, or you had to pull back on some of the charity stuff you do, right? You used to volunteer there. I mean, Ross, he did that for years. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to yes hand with me today, Ross. He doesn't want to play along today, Ross. You want to know why? You want to know why? He's fucking grumpy. He's being a grumpy asshole today.
You know what? That's interesting. I thought of him and possible grumpiness. I was reading a thing. I probably saw it on Reddit yesterday. Somebody did a nice paper on they don't really, when you come in to get diagnosed and you think maybe you have a mental issue or something, they don't ever really consider caffeine. And caffeine can trigger a lot of things that make you feel anxious or like it's actually in the DSMV a couple times. They call it like caffeine anxiety, like sleeplessness due to caffeine. I think one of them was even just like generalized caffeine nervousness or some shit. And I thought about Tom the other day switching to caffeine when I read that.
Yeah. I think that's part of my sleeping problem.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting too much caffeine.
He's really mad though because his wife changed the
lunch routine.
Okay, let's talk about Ross.
Well, he's king
if I have to listen about this bento box bullshit too much more, I'm gonna have to quit.
You're about to hear it with Ross, and then Ross hopefully will weigh in because look, sometimes when you have a question, you got to go to the oracle.
Ross,
here he is. We're going to the source. We'll get some good data answers.
Hey, we're
I just want to make sure nobody
Ross.
gets on my leg and tell me it's raining though.
What? Did you ever make your kids school lunch? And if you did, what did you make them?
Like, do I make their lunch for them to take?
Yeah.
When they were now they're both teens, so they're kind of on their own. If they want a lunch, they can scrounge it up. It's all there on the shelves, and there's bags and stuff.
Yeah.
Or they can wait till they get home, and there's food when they get back. But the very few times I made them buy school lunch where I didn't feel like doing it when they were kids, they were not enthused at all.
Well, I'm saying like,
did you ever pack their lunches?
Because this has to do with I was doing the lunch, and now Crystal wants to do it.
Is it an ego thing, or do you just hate the bento box? Because I can't figure out why this is bothering you so much.
Well, because I was doing
100% of the time, my kids packed a lunch to school. Is what I'm saying. Whether it was just, it ranged from maybe I would like the night before make a nice sandwich and cut up some carrots or cucumbers and make sure they had a juice box or something, to like the low end being we just have boxes of stuff from Costco, Cheez-Its and fruit sticks and juice box and like a bunch of that stuff just stuffed into a paper bag, like literally right on the way out the door.
That's what I was doing.
Ross.
You do the bento. You're making me do the bento.
I don't do the bento. I told you yesterday I don't do the goddamn bento. I do the processed bag.
You can once in a while, but just a bunch of shit from Costco in a paper bag is fine most of the time. That's a good baseline.
Thank you.
And by the way, they prefer it to whatever the fuck they're shoveling out at the school, because my kids never wanted the school lunch. Never.
Yeah, and also
see, my daughter eats school lunch though now because she likes, like, they have like a grilled cheese that she likes, and they have something called a no nut butter box because I guess nuts give kids allergies.
Right.
So she gets the no nut butter box and then trades that for Pepperidge Farm's goldfish.
Yeah,
I think the main knock on getting school lunch was the fact that unless you basically sprinted to the lunch first, you were in line for 45 to 50 to 75% of your lunch to get the lunch.
Yeah. Anyway, Ross, let's talk news. What do we got today?
All right. Well, I mean, it's crazy that you guys abbreviated the lasers because the first story is about lasers.
Damn it.
Our U.S. American Army is now developing what is being called the world's most powerful laser.
Yeah,
this is awesome. Okay.
This is awesome.
So
I have a source here that is saying that this laser is 1 million times more powerful than any other laser platform before it. And the way they're packing that punch in there is, okay, so you got to think about lasers like, Tom, think of a sci-fi movie, 80s laser, but it's not a space movie. It's about like a scientist on Earth, and he's got like a table-mounted laser, and it's shooting out that continuous beam of light, right?
Yeah.
That's your typical laser right now that they're attacking shit with. So if they want to shoot a drone down now with this laser, they got to track it on the target, and they got to hold it there. And this thing like slowly builds up enough power to like that beam has to be on it long enough to transfer enough heat to make the drone either like malfunction or explode or whatever. What they're doing now is they're packing this. I'm reading. It says here 1 terawatt for a 200 femtosecond pulse. Right in seconds, that's 1 quadrillionth of a pulse of a second. I'm sorry, 1 quadrillionth of a second. So super high charge. Super short time. They fire these things. This thing hits a drone. Not only does it just the drone, it goes through the drone. It bends space and time on the way to the drone. It also generates an EMP. These things are fucking crazy, dude. It's more like when fucking Captain Picard says, shit, they're overwhelming us. Set the phasers on overload, and it sends out just like one big pow.
Yeah. So is this like, I mean, from what you read, Ross, okay, so I hit the drone with so we're going tiny duration but mega size.
What's the girth
it
of
hits
the
the drone because if the
laser,
what, I'm out of here.
Well, no, but that makes a difference, right? If the girth is a hair, like it barely will do anything.
So you want a tuna can laser?
It has to have some girth to leave a hole that is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There'll be enough damage. Do you know anything about the girth?
I got so into this. I actually looked up the scientific brief that the proposal to develop this thing. Basically, here's what it says: USPL systems are able to neutralize threats via 3 distinct mechanisms. Ablation of material from the target. That basically means it melts like every surface it comes into contact with.
Wow.
The blinding of sensors through broadband super continuum generation in the air. This thing burns and twists the air and basically just overwhelms it with light immediately. Like at the speed of light, any cameras or radar or radio sensors are just pulsed out. And the other thing is a generation of a localized electronic interference used to overload a threat's internal electronics, an EMP. It's a fucking beam of light that generates an electromagnetic pulse that wipes out electronics.
Yeah, this reminds me of Gears of War. Somebody said it in the chat room. Who is it? Jay Brewer said it in the chat room. This reminds me of the weapon that you use to kill the locust in Gears of War. the Hammer of Dawn. It
Nice.
is you have a you're not the weapon. The weapon's a satellite.
Yeah.
You have to tell the satellite where to hit the bad guy, right? So you use a series of coordinates or your viewfinder to pinpoint this, and then that satellite like hones it in, and then it blasts a completely mega, like super intense light form right on top of it.
Ross,
kaboom.
We're inevitably going to invent something that's going to kill everything, right? We're like, this is going to lead, like,
I hope so, buddy.
After a
I
while,
hope so.
like someone's just going to fuck up, and then we're all going to die because of something
I think we're
went
there.
wrong,
It's
right?
just we found a long way out.
Like you start with this, and you get to the point where all of a sudden you create something that has such an electromagnetic pulse but it goes off by accident, and then it just fries every electronic in the world. We go into some sort of apocalypse. Like, I mean,
not me. I'm on the old Snowpiercer.
This could happen, and not in our lifetime, but it seems like this humans constantly
I
try
have
to.
been following Wonka's ways for years, and I made my way onto the train.
I'm just saying it's not going to stop here, right?
No.
Someone's going to I'm going to create a more powerful laser.
Because you do have that sweet spot. Like there's a sweet spot. Well, there probably was like 3 years ago when you and I wanted those flashlights that when you shine it on a piece of paper, it sets it on fire.
Yeah.
Then the flashlight gets too out of control. It's like now when you shine the flashlight on a human and incinerate them, I'm like, well, that's too far. I just wanted the paper burning with flashlight. You took it to extremes.
They are talking about using these things on people, and of course, that it will burn the fuck out of your skin and blind you.
Oh yeah,
bad way to...
perfect for when you're rioting.
What else we got, Ross?
All right, I'm sure you guys heard Lady Gaga's dogs were abducted at gunpoint.
Yeah.
Man actually got shot over her dogs. Now there's an update today. They got the video. Somebody's had like home security video.
I saw that.
Car pulls up. A couple people get out. Guy gets shot. Takes off with the dogs. Guy's left bleeding on the ground for his fucking life.
It's sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
So
It's a little more intense than I wanted to view. You know, like my wife is like, "Have you seen the Lady Gaga video?" You know, Andrea.
Got shot in the fucking chest.
Ross knows Andrea. Andrea's like happy and like, have you seen the Lady Gaga video? I'm like, what happened? She's like, Lady Gaga's dog. I was like, yeah, we talked about the show. So watch this video. I watched it. I'm like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
I don't wanna
too
see
much.
somebody get shot. What the fuck?
Yeah. And now what I didn't hear in the story, and like, and the question I asked when I first heard, like, did they know it was Lady Gaga's
They don't
dogs?
know yet.
Oh.
They're still investigating.
So
that.
it could be a random, like, robbery.
They did say in the story, like, French bulldogs are like pretty high on the market right now. So it could have just been random, but I mean, I don't know.
So
you might remember I reported a few weeks ago about the spree of dog nappings in London, dude. It's an epidemic in lockdown. Dogs are at a premium.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Ross has had his finger on the pulse of this story since day one, and you have my word, and I think I can speak for Ross when I say this. If any updates arise, we will be your one-stop shop.
Now, usually when, like, if you're committed to an armed robbery, I think most armed robbers would rather not shoot their gun, because that's a whole nother crime. Even if you shoot your gun, it doesn't hit anybody.
Right.
Like especially if you shoot someone, now it's attempted murder, armed.
Yeah.
Like you're going, like, just having the gun
It's one of the
is
first
one
rules
thing.
of.
So I'm surprised they shot the person.
The guy was not trying to give up the
Yeah,
Lady Gaga's dogs.
He was putting up a bit of a fight, and I don't know about you, but when I have hostages and they put up fights, I kill them. I do.
Well,
I do. I'm sorry.
Also, it seems like if you were Lady Gaga's dog walker or assistant or whoever was doing that,
That'd be a great screen name, wouldn't it?
Like-
Lady Gaga's dog walker, but before the crime, not
Right.
pre-crime. No. It'd have to be pre-crime.
Yes, it would.
Post-crime, you're just
an asshole.
I understand if it's a child or you're trying to protect like someone's child from being kidnapped, but the dogs, you just give them over, right?
I
Some
wouldn't,
people
dude.
like dogs are like their kids.
I'm gonna tell you.
like their dog trainer.
Well, it's not their
too.
dog. It's Lady Gaga's dog.
Yeah, but they have a relationship
No,
with
but
him.
that was the point. I think I'm with Tom on this one.
No, but if they
it's
have a gun,
Caesar-
you're just like, I don't want to be shot over Lady Gaga's dog.
Oh, you're a coward.
If it's Caesar and Maggie.
I'm a coward because I don't want to die over some fucking dog.
If it's Caesar and Maggie right now and I'm walking them out front of the studio, I think I'd probably get shot because I'm not saying that I'm a hero. I'm just saying that the reaction. I'd be like, what the heck? Let me.
Right.
But if I am the dog walker, I kind of go with Tom. I kind of be like, not my dogs. Like,
but also it's like, all right, I'm at gunpoint. I'm basically
there's bigger things
besides from my kids or my wife or something. Like I'm just giving them whatever they want under gunpoint.
What if it was Butler?
Oh no! I'll give a.
Wait, is Butler?
Who wants to come here with a gun?
Oh my God!
Are you
Don't
walking
say
me on a
shit
leash?
like that.
They can take Butler.
Do not say shit like that.
If I had to guess, I
Someone's
would
gonna
imagine.
be like, "Tom said it. I'm going."
I don't know if you heard about the Capitol storming, but
Well, hold on. You guys are the ones that leave. I'll be the only one here.
Tom said that. I'm going with a gun. No one to go
Ross
crazy.
knows this. I'll be the one here. Some guy shows up and shoots me full of holes.
So anyway, yeah. So are they like?
If I had to guess, Tom, I would think that this guy in his head saw the gun pointed at him, had Lady Gaga's dog's leashes in his hand, and thought to himself, "There's no fucking way these assholes will shoot me over dogs."
right.
I'm sure that's the only math that makes him struggling over dogs make sense. He had to just think in his head, there's no way these guys are going to shoot him, and he was proved wrong in this instance, I would imagine.
Yeah. And shit, I don't mean to blame, like I'm saying, like it's somehow his fault. Like obviously, this fucking crazy people with guns fault. But
I'm just trying to put myself in the scenario, and I think my job becomes more of a job when my life's on the line.
also, I assume they have chips and whatever the most expensive possible thing is. So I think these dogs will be worth nothing unless they cut the chips out of their necks or whatever.
That's $1 million reward for these things.
I'm so sorry. I was just thinking potato chips when you said that. I had no idea what you were saying.
No, but like they probably have some expensive.
You would think, right?
I don't think there's low jack in dogs.
How fucking?
No, there is.
Yeah,
There's
there is.
The
There's
chip.
chips.
The
It's a chip, but you have to
microchip.
scan it though. It's not like it's a.
Yeah, but I'm saying
They have
Bluetooth.
trackers on them,
But
though.
aftermarket, if you're selling some expensive French bulldogs on the black market,
But you know what?
They'll eventually probably go to a vet somewhere,
But if
and the
I
vet will
worked-
scan their chip,
Right.
right? And be like, "This is Lady Gaga's
If I
dog."
was working at, I don't know, Castleberry Veterinarian Hospital, and a French bulldog comes in, and I scan his chip, and it says owner, and it says Lady Gaga, I'm like, well, this guy's a Weisenheimer.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, I'll change that,
yeah. You may be right, but also I think those chips are like you can't change. That's the whole thing, right? It's like you can't just go there and rewire them or change the name.
Oh, look, we got Mr. Chips.
I don't
over
know,
here.
right? Like that's the
Mr.
whole
Chips.
purpose. Like, so you can't just change them willy nilly, do whatever you want. I think it's
I
once.
change Caesar's chip daily.
Anyway, what's the next story, Ross?
They
Uh-oh.
I had to pull him down. We had we had a little bit of feedback. I was just pulling it down to get rid of it. There you go.
I asked for my Wi-Fi to be TOTS, and the guy said okay, and but he accidentally put in POTUS, and we just let him go with it.
Also, I wanted to talk about like how much can you resell French bulldogs? Like even at a $1,000 a piece, more than that.
I think they're more than that.
$2,500.
I think you
Someone
could
said
go-
in the feed that it was $3,000 to $5,000 a piece.
Yeah,
Okay, so it could be worth
they're
like
really
$10,000.
expensive, yeah.
All right.
Well, Lady Gaga is offering $500,000 for the return of them.
Oh yeah, they screwed up by
Yeah,
kidnapping
but a
her.
little bit of that is also that she has 500,000.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
They're not worth that.
No. Yeah, she's.
I mean, even the love, though, I'm saying, is not worth that.
they'll probably just release these dogs, right? Because for sure, the people that
stole
these,
I'd kill them.
They no. I'm saying it's like
What's in the box?
I would.
Could the dogs like identify the like
Wow.
if they? I'm just saying no. Say the you release the.
Well, both of my dogs right now identify as cats, which is very odd.
Next story, Ross. Sorry.
Wow, Dan, this is a weird lead into this story. I thought Tom was going to get canceled on this story, but let's see where it goes. You guys know I'm a bird watcher now. I devote a lot of time to putting out seed for and watching birds in my backyard.
Yeah.
And I tell you about the bird cam. I set up a camera in my backyard where I can like watch the birds and seed off of my fucking fire pit, right?
That's awesome.
It's pretty sweet. And
Hold on.
No, don't you dare!
I'm saying,
don't you dare, because I'm gonna get a sweet password for this bird cam, and I'm gonna relax myself while I'm smoking some marijuana.
You can watch birds, and you can go online and watch.
I want to watch Ross's.
You can watch 1,000,000 hours of Planet Earth, the most fascinating birds.
Yeah, but these birds were 20 feet away from me smoking weed, and I didn't see them.
Wait, the birds were smoking weed?
Yeah, but you just got some regular Publix brown bird, and like
Stop. Don't let him.
I'm just saying, we don't have like an Amazon dancing bird or anything. Like, what's interesting about it? How could it be that good?
And this is why Bird Wednesday died.
Yeah.
We get a bunch of blue jays. We get a bunch of woodpeckers. We get a bunch of cool fucking birds. One of my favorites is a little guy called a painted bunting. It's this tiny little like wren-looking bird that looks like a fucking painter spilled his whole palette on it.
Oh, I love
it.
it.
So like that guy's super bright. He rolls with a bunch of ladies who are all like just kind of, it's hard to say plain, but just they're a flat green, right? They don't show off as much. And that's kind of the thing in the bird world. For example, cardinals, the bright red guy is the guy, and the lady cardinal's a little bit like same shape, looks exactly the same, a little duller in color, maybe an orange into like a whitish kind of color.
I have a couple right out here, and I have one, and she is almost almost like a vibrant clay color, like Georgia.
Right.
Like, like that's, she's got a clay color, and the boy, he is like our red, like bright red, and he is loud as fuck, man. Cardinals are loud.
Tom hates this.
I gotta
This is a whole man thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ross. I couldn't hear you because Mr. Grumpy over here was stepping all I'm sorry. Say something nice, Ross, while Mr. Grumpy over here fucking hates birds.
Just saying, this
shits on our show.
It's under the category of stamp collecting. There's an old man like painting a Model T.
Or propagating plants.
Get him.
Or gambling. Or gambling at the dog track.
Do you guys want to talk about coins? I've been reading about coins a whole lot.
Gambling is funner than watching birds, no matter what. And it's like a sprinkling of animal
What
abuse.
if you can bet on?
Oh my god!
Which is also, I mean, it's not fun. Anyway.
So, by the way, I got a theory that birds are polygamous, but we'll get back to that. The cardinals in Pennsylvania, this guy got a photo. He's got a cardinal. And this is a professional bird guy, by the way. He's a documenter. This guy, the bird looks like Two-Face from Batman. It's half red cardinal, half lady cardinal on the other side. It's a half female, half male cardinal.
That's cool. Almost like those old. Oh no, Ross will know what I'm talking about. Do you remember the old male and female impersonators where one side of their face would be Michael Jackson and the other side would be Diana Ross, and they would do duets, and he'd sing both parts. So this side they'd be like, "My first love," and then they'd be like, "I know you are my," and they'd be like, "Do." As a kid, I was like, when I grow up, I'm gonna be a two-faced male and female impersonator, and nothing's fucking stopping me.
Now, like I've seen on TikTok, they put a mirror on their face. Have you seen that one? Where they split their face with a custom mirror so that from the mirror image it looks like their whole head and then they just switch back and forth, but they're doing the same.
No,
like
I want a fucking mirror. I want this old school. I want it real people style.
Dan, Will Forte does it on 30 Rock as Jenna, and it's fucking choice.
Yeah. Are you watching Mr. Mayor at all?
No, my wife watched it, and she did say I got to catch up on it.
Yeah,
but I have not watched.
I would like to see what you think of that. We'll talk.
So, Ross, is this bird actually like can switch gender, or is just looks like a female and looks like a male of its bird species?
There's no switching happening, Tom. Half the bird is female and half of it is male, and it's I lost the actual words of it all, but it's okay. It's basically the mama bird got impregnated by two different sperm in the same egg, like one male, one female, and they both kind of gestated and made the same bird. So it's a half lady, half man bird.
Oh, I can explain this to him. Okay, do you remember? Watch this, Ross. Do you remember when I had the problem and my garage door was going up at the same time that my neighbor's garage door was going down?
Yeah.
And then the lady that came, like she'd never seen anything like it in her 20 years of, working in garage doors. Like this has never happened.
Yeah.
And then she figured out through talking to the people and talking to me that it was when I was putting my garage door down, they were programming their new remote. And it just happened to pick that up.
Yeah.
And both things were happening at the same time, but it just happened because
Genetic
both things
anomaly,
were happening at the same time. I think that's what Ross is saying. It's Yes. Both things are happening at the same time. Precision garage door.
Let me put it to you this way, Tom. This bird has, they're pretty sure this bird has one functioning ovary and one functioning testy.
That's kind of fucking cool because you got all you need. It's like, I hear people say you only need one kidney, right? And I'm like, well, why the fuck do I got two?
So have they caught this bird and can they have it in some sort of lab?
Some lady saw it in her backyard and she reported it to the bird authorities. So they sent the bird cops out to confirm. And this guy at first thought it might be this thing where a bird will lose pigmentation on maybe half or even more of its body. That's way more common. But this guy went out and verified, no, this seems to be, he got a bunch of high resolution photos that seems to confirm the fact it is it is a bird that is basically in half.
I sucked this bird's dick and I ate its pussy. It's confirmed.
So someone's got to catch this, right? And
why?
Why are you
That's
doing
what we do.
Yeah,
I knew you were doing that. It's like those kids that found the albino. What was it?
It was a hairless sloth.
A hairless sloth. And these
Amazon.
Amazon kids found this hairless sloth.
Beat it to death.
And they're having. I guess they're running through the Amazon having fun, and they're like, hey, look, a sloth. Hey, it's hairless.
No, they didn't know what it was. That's why they killed it.
I think they thought it was an alien.
Yeah, they're like, beat it to death with a stick.
Yeah, anytime humans find some anomaly, we kill it or enslave it. That's what the human way.
I killed an ugly old lady right in front of our studio this morning as I was walking out. Yeah, and I bashed her headed with a coquina rock.
This would be a prize. Are you allowed to just catch a wild bird and then just keep it as a pet?
Yep.
There's no rules.
I sure hope so.
Right? But you can't do that with all animals.
I feel like.
Can you do that with a deer?
Hold on. Yes. I feel like the day that somebody comes to me and is like, hey, do you hear about it? That we can't even go outside now and capture a bird and keep it for the rest of our lives. And I'll be like, well, I don't want to live anymore.
Hold on. There's certain birds that are protected. Like you can't do that with an alligator.
I'm sure if it's anything protected.
You can't do it with an eagle. You can't do it with an eagle.
No, eagle, pelican. Can you do it with a hawk?
Yeah. Hawks are fine.
I heard.
Good luck.
I heard Biden was working on an executive order to ban fully automatic birds.
Yeah, he'll take your birds. I know that.
So he'll
just sniff them for sure. He'll sniff them first, then take them.
Can you catch as many birds as you want and then put them in captivity? Whatever.
No, that you cannot do. You can catch as many as you want and love them, but you can't release them into captivity.
Next story, Ross.
I will tell you the Little House on the Prairie when the blackbirds were eating all Pa's corn. He reluctantly started shooting them, and they found out blackbirds are pretty good eating.
Okay, I love that, and I let it burn because it was supposed to burn. But there is a Michael Landon documentary that I almost sent it to. Lately, I've been texting Ross in the middle of the night because I can't sleep, and I realized that, he's the only person I think of that could possibly be still awake at the time. But I'm going to send you that. Let's watch the Michael Landon documentary.
So you're watching Little House on the Prairie and bird
No,
watching.
reading the books, Tom.
And he has a side ponytail.
He's reading the books. He has a side ponytail, and just to impress him, I am both reading and watching Anne of Green Gables, Ross.
I mean,
I hear good things.
I'm in the club.
At what point does the elderly entertainment go too far? Do you get to the point where I don't know what gets older than that? What's older than bird watching?
Shuffleboard.
Trains?
That's younger.
What about
Shuffleboard.
trains? What about trains? Because I want to do trains now.
Trains are actually younger than bird watching because it involves you have to do you have to go to the store, come back. Like bird watching, you wander out to the woods with the binoculars, right?
Do you have binoculars?
No, I do not. My birds are right there. And like I said, I got the camera all set up, so I just watch it on my fucking phone.
It's even lazier. You should watch a bird webcam. Would it be the same if it was a webcam somewhere else? I'm sure there's thousands of bird webcams.
Yeah, but it's his yard.
Does it make it better?
And if I don't feed them, these birds don't come. I'm directly responsible for these birds, I feel like.
So
I like that.
So like his little babies.
Yeah.
So you shuffle out to your back, set the scene. You shuffle out.
Shuffle out. He's not 70 years old.
Well, this is.
He is high as hell though. Look at he can't even open his eyes right now.
And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. The side ponytail.
It looks great.
I wish.
What shampoo do you
Ross,
use?
I wish you had that when you were in studio. You look like a goddamn samurai.
Maybe it's jealousy that I'm
I
like,
think it is. Because he's actually enjoying his life.
Now we're getting to the real.
I want to get just super fucking stony below.
And you want a ponytail. You want a ponytail? You want to be high as fuck?
Put some bird seed out, get the webcam, watch my birds. I'm like repotting some dumb cane.
Yeah.
And tell me this Little House on the Prairie moment isn't fucking fascinating, Tom. Okay, Laura goes to her first grown-up birthday party. There's an orange in front of everybody's plate, but nobody's eating them. And Laura is super anxious because she has one time had a piece of orange, and she knows it's fucking delicious, and she wants to eat that orange, but nobody's eating them, so she just sits there and watches it until somebody does, has the orange. It's great. This guy comes home. He's the telegraph operator for the railroad. He's like, hey, you guys want to have some fun? Come check this out. He takes them in his office. He's like, everybody hold this wire. He electrocutes them briefly, and he goes, that's this new thing Benjamin Franklin invented. It's called electricity.
Was it better than the orange?
How high are you getting? What are you smoking? Because I like
give me that. Give me
Ross, back in the day when we hang out more, you used to know do a lot more weed than me, but now I have a lot of THC.
Okay, hold on,
hundreds of dollars a month. Hundreds.
My God.
It's not called doing THC.
Well, that's the old man creeping out.
But I get high as I can at nights, every night.
I don't think you get as high as you should.
But that's the thing. But I still get paranoid. Like I'm 20 milligrams. I'm like, too high. I got the holding the table.
Are you combining this?
I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh God, this crone sees.
Are you combining the CBN with the?
I'm combining everything.
Oh my God!
I think Ross would be proud of me because I am, while I'm sitting, no bullshit, Ross. I'll look right into the camera. I am 300 milligrams.
That's too much. I can't.
And then I have to. I can't feel shit unless it's 300 milligrams.
That's so much.
I need 300 just to get me to get up, just to walk.
Oh, is it the dabs? That's a new.
No, I don't do that.
Is it the dabs?
I don't do that. I wake up every morning.
Shatter? You on that shatter?
I wake up every morning and I take 6 50 milligram pills. And then
I don't know if you guys will be proud or disappointed, but I've dialed it back, way back. Yeah. But basically, I don't smoke during the week hardly ever now.
What?
And I basically permit myself to have like a little party bag on the weekend. So, waiting for you guys to call, I got started with the weekend.
Well, we had talked about this, and I knew that you had cut way back, and I'm in the process of trying to.
I'm about to ramp it up.
Trying to do something. You know my favorite thing to do? I can finally talk about this because I feel a little weird about talking. My favorite thing to do, and it kind of ties in. I think Ross used to do this when he was dabbling more, but my favorite thing to do is to get a little tooted and then get on that Peloton. And then just go.
Yeah, you said the exercise high.
Well, but the your mind, my mind will literally go to a really nice meditative place where I just kind of zone out.
My brother-in-law,
I love it.
Does the Ironman thing. He's tons of Ironmen and guys that obviously they can't compete competitively with THC, but these guys train high and they love
fun. It's just it makes me happier. I get done with it.
Does it make it easier too?
Yeah, it does because you don't think about it.
I used to work out high all the time.
It's even. And like the cardio, it seems like getting on an exercise bike or something.
I don't do cardio. I do fardio.
You got any last story?
More bad news, Tom. I'm not drinking at all, and that is what's causing your sleep problems. I'm sleeping like a fucking baby, and I haven't for years. I'm like, I've always been like, what's wrong with? I can't sleep.
I gotta cut out alcohol.
Oh yeah. So you're not champagning, but you still have a wealth of knowledge. I might hit you up for
just once in a while, very rarely. Instead of like having a bottle while I'm cooking dinner every night, I'm having one on Wednesday night. It's very rare now.
We have glitter. What is this? We're drinking
glitter champagne.
Nia. It's sweet bubbly.
Yeah, this is from Hollabox. So shout out to those guys for providing some.
I try to sleep with dead sober. I'm like tossing and turning. I'm like, God damn, I'm so
it takes a while.
I need to drink myself.
You got to acclimate to it.
What you got to do is you got to read Little House on the Prairie or watch Anne of Green Gables.
One of my number one hates in this world is acclimation. I fucking hate it. I want to put the fish right in the tank. I don't want to go soft at anything, incremental and nothing.
All right. Hey, Ross, thanks for the time, man. You got any... your latest podcast. Let's talk about that That is bananas funny, dude. My God, Ross. I'm so proud of you guys. That show is... First of all, it's a great fucking show, but the David Jolly one is off the rails, and how you even kept it together, I have no idea.
It's always fun to talk to Jolly. I'm glad he took the time. And yeah, it was interesting to hear his take. If you're not familiar with Tom, he recently had a lot of time on his hands, and one of the ways he passed a lot of time was by listening to the radio. And in our conversation, he basically rated every radio personality that he heard while he was listening to the radio, whether he liked them, whether he didn't like them, whether or not they should be on the radio.
No, right.
It's so good.
Named them all by name. He named them all by name. David Jolly has no fear when it comes to that kind of stuff. It's amazing. It's a lot of fun. It's we had maybe a bad connection here or there. I don't know if it technically it sounded bad, Dan, but
no, it's fine.
It's a lot.
It was really good, man. I will say that it's one of the more off the cuff, like rando, just like what's he gonna say next shows. It really good. Everybody should check it out. He says some things about, I just, you got to check it out.
About me?
Yep. I don't know.
What did you say about me? I didn't do nothing.
I didn't say that.
I didn't do nothing.
I did not say that.
I mean, I'll say it. He does review A Corporate Time because that is one of the shows you listen to.
He does
give his completely honest review of A Corporate Time.
He does. He also, there's one quote in there. I'll say this. I'll say this, and you'll know what I mean. He says, "The guy with the eyes," and I flew across my room. I was listening to you on my Xbox while I was playing PBA Professional Bowling. That's my new favorite video game on Xbox Live. I bought the newest Xbox just to play PBA bowling. So I'm playing bowling, listening to Ross. Just go check out the show. You'll love it.
Just downloaded it.
Any shows?
My favorite part was when he was roasting another comedian that we know.
Yes.
And I was like, and our shit's recorded, so I always take the moment to say, hey, if you cross the line and you don't want to say this,
we'll pull it out.
If you worry it might be jeopardizing your future earnings or whatever, we can always cut this out. Don't worry about it, Charlie. And he goes, oh, no, they're still going to book me.
All right. I like his confidence.
He tore this guy a new asshole, and he's still going to book me.
It's worth listening to because it's cool because it's
funny.
It's two comics just having a good time. You'll dig it.
The best thing about the nothing to lose mentality is you'll never have anything to lose.
He's right.
That's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm also moving into Foley work. I'm doing Foley work now.
Really?
I just want to give you one. I'll just give you one sound right now. If you guys, it's a classic thunderstorm.
Yes.
Whoa. Sounds surreal.
So you're making home sound effects now?
I love it.
There's some bird watching and making home sound effects.
He set up an Etsy account for people that want authentic sound effects made to order, you idiot.
Right. There's a movement back to getting away from the digital stuff. All the digital
what do they
samples.
call that, Ross? It's called bespoke. Bespoke. It's
correct. Yes.
Yeah, made to order. This isn't pret-a-porter. This isn't fucking ready to wear. This is legitimate couture sound effects.
Horse noises. The sounds of battle.
Gold chains on your wrist.
Yeah, he's wearing gold chains now.
Are you a cult leader, Ross?
You know what? Why am I the only one not judging our friend?
Sound effects money?
Yeah.
This motherfucker got a... Ross left our show to get a ponytail and covered in gold. He is now DJ Khaled.
Ross's greatest way
Look at the drapes behind him. He's a cult leader.
His greatest way to get me back is to make more money than me doing sound effects on Etsy. I'm just going to get rich dripping with gold. I was like, no!
Sound effects king, Ross McCoy.
Shaking a
you
goddamn...
pissed off big sound effects now. He'll get you.
Shaking a sheet of sheet metal.
You don't know what he was shaking. Don't even act like you think you know what
it's a sheet metal.
You don't know? You're not in his workspace, man. You don't know what he's doing.
It's his Foley studio.
Yeah.
Show me what you're shaking.
Excuse me?
Never show him what you're shaking, sir.
You guys caught me. I can't lie any further. I secretly developed mutant powers of weather control. That was an actual thunderstorm. Sorry. I can't do Foley work. You caught me, Tom. Congratulations.
I do it.
All right, Ross. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon, man. Later, buddy. It's good talking to Ross, who is higher than normal.
Ross's piece of shit.
His tolerance is down now.
Maybe I'm doing too much weed because I find out when I get high, I'm like, I'm happy now.
I'm
not happy.
Well, I got my pen.
That's what Ross was like. He was grumpy when he wasn't high.
Microdose in the day or something.
Like
man.
normally I've been waiting till like third segment because I haven't been drinking as much, although I will say that I did like that sparkly glittered champagne.
That was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
I didn't realize we went through it all. I was gonna have another glass.
I'm not. I'm like Daniel. I'm not a
a
microdose type of dude. It's like microdose,
all
microdose.
Yeah, like right now.
Let's go full dose.
Full dose.
Maximum dose.
And then overdose.
Oh no! Don't overdose.
It's a whole head in there.
I can microdose booze, which is what I'm doing right now. I stopped drinking at the beginning of the year. Now, I know I've gotten emails from people, you didn't stop drinking, you drank that. Yeah, but what I mean is I'm not going home and having 6 beers a night.
Right.
I'm just not drinking. And like most nights I don't drink at all. Nothing.
I thought you were getting nude. I was like, what the fuck is
like,
Tom
I'm too
doing?
hot, I gotta get nude. Raw.
Show me what you're shaking.
Yeah, so I haven't been drinking, but like on Fridays I'll have normally I'll have one White Claw or one Mike's seltzer. Today I've had some 70s, which is basically one Mike's.
Oh yeah. Again, microdose.
No, I do it with weed. No, I do it with weed. What I do is I go and on the weekends, and I'm not happy about it. But like if I leave here and I know everything's done, and you guys are all gone, and I shut the studio, and I'll go home. I'll take 50 milligrams. I'll toot, and then I'll toot, and then I'll toot all night. And then another 50, and then I'm just like, come on, baby, let's and I'm just like, and then most people go like, I thought you were fine, and I'm like, I'm never fine.
Well, that's the old 12-pack of Miller Lite to keep your hands from
now
I'm ready to work.
But I'm saying it's like with marijuana. So like tomorrow I got to do my ski lesson. I'll be sober when I go to that.
Oh no, good high for that.
I can't because you got to listen and and I think it's kind of disrespectful to go there. Like I feel like
they're
it's
high.
like going
If you're just ski instructor,
No, it's a woman and she's not. She's all business.
Listen, if I know anything about ski instructors,
not this one. She's a lady.
They are like Ross. They like birdwatching.
No, you know what? Most stereotypes should just be men or women because the shit that gets fucked up are guys 100% of the time.
Maybe ski instructors in Florida are not high, but
this
Colorado,
this lady is not high. She's really
high.
high.
Yeah. No, I know. I've been there. They are teaching my kids right now.
No, the guy is high.
Yeah.
No, we're going to the same place. The guy is high. The lady is absolutely not high.
When you go to Colorado, look at every single person that works, all the employees that work on a mountain at a ski resort. Everybody
microdosing
high
LSD, whatever the fuck.
It's all the
everything,
same.
Tripping balls.
Because a lot of them work for the ability to ski there for free.
Yeah.
So it's like little play. So they let go come high to work.
From our Twitch chat room, BDM Drew says, "Who the fuck takes ski lessons in Florida? People that don't want to spend too much money to take ski lessons in Colorado.
Or waste your time in Colorado.
So the answer, Drew, is poor people. I do, because I'm not spending $300 for one lesson in Colorado.
You want
to
build up a little base before you get there, and you do the whole carpet.
I'm trying to build up.
It's kind of like
it's a dirty carpet, isn't
it? So anyway, let's take a break.
Yeah, let's do it. Hey, good news for you, buddy. NoFX has a brand new album out, so you buy a new CD about every 3 years when they release music.
Well, you just sent it to me, so
I did. Yeah,
that's how I was.
It's not out yet. Actually, I guess it comes out next week, or just is getting released to people that pre-ordered today. It's called Single Album because when Fat Mike he wanted to write a double album. And he didn't have enough songs and I believe these songs seemed more like singles, so they put out an album called Single Album.
All right.
And I'm going to play one of the lesser-known songs from this, because there are a couple of singles that have been out. There's the Linoleum one. There's another one that's called Fuck Euphemism is another one they have out. This is the one that I just picked. This isn't even a single. It's called Birmingham. It's off of their brand new single album. Again, this is NoFX. 1-844-TOM, the letter NDAN, or show@tomandan.com. Bye-bye.
I mean, it's not a crazy baby screaming.
How dare you?
I don't want to be a dumb old man here, but what the fuck is this crazy baby screaming? What is this? I mean, it does go too avant-garde, right?
No, it just happens to be a woman who's in a wheelchair and it has a problem. It happens to be rapping.
Okay, that's fine. I'm nothing against her. It sounds like a crazy
Sounds
baby.
like you're discriminating against a disabled person.
No, there's nothing. I don't even know that. I didn't know anything about her.
She sounds disabled.
Here's the thing: it's not discrimination if you don't know anything.
Ignorance. Okay.
Write that down, Norm.
Norm.
Tell that to the lady who jacked you up. I'm just saying, I didn't know anything about this, and I'm like, what is the crazy baby screaming? Now that I know, you know, it's I can't make the joke, but I made it before I knew, so it's fine.
Yeah, fair enough. And just in case, and we're good. All right.
So anyway, let's do some dump 'em out.
All right, let's do it, buddy.
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump them out and play. I wanna see your topics. Ooh, I wanna also see your bottomics.
Dump 'em Out brought to you by True Leave, and they've got True Leave Happy Hour, which I didn't know about, but I know today.
Why didn't you know that? That's your client.
I know. Well, I found out when we were talking to Skylar. But,
Who's Skylar?
They have happy hour most days. Follow their social to find out.
Yeah, they'll tell
but
you the hours.
Today from 3 to 8, and you get percentages off, and they always doing like
Okay,
half
I don't know
off
about you
deals.
guys.
And then the birthday deal. I didn't know your
I
month.
didn't know that either.
The month of your birthday,
month.
you get 25% off an order.
One time.
Yeah. So just bring it up if it's your birthday month.
I don't know about you guys, but I get a lot of text messages from my family that bum me out, especially extended family and people on down the line because there's always problems. But I'll tell you right now, I never get sad when I get a message from a dispensary or like ABC Fine Wine. You know what I mean? Like I'm opt-in crazy because those are good text messages to get.
Do we have a handicapped listener? Because I want to.
We
talk
have a lot
to him,
of them. Tom.
because
Why, are you thinking like I'm thinking? Are we finally gonna do what I want to do?
No.
Ban handicap listeners.
No,
we're not. Oh, in that case, you're fine.
Because, all right. What I know about the handicapped is that they want.
I don't like where this is going.
Here's why I don't either, because most people that know when I say horrible things, they're like, well, he's just joking, obviously. The thing he just did was a gigantic joke. But Tom likes to dip his toe into, these are my actual thoughts. And that's when it gets weird.
No, because
I'm just shocking and jocking, baby. I'm just woo, woo, woo.
This is not shock. I'm trying to have
I'm just trying to have fun, but you're trying to analyze. You're like, I'm a higher thinking being.
No. Okay, so every handicapped person that I know wants to be treated like everybody else, right? That's their number one thing. Don't
Christine
treat me differently.
Immediately says we got to say disabled. But
Sorry,
I'd like to
disabled.
know, not that I'm Team Tom, but I'd like to know why we can't say handicap.
I guess it's because they've changed the word, so now it's like you're not handicapped, you're disabled.
Well, handicap, I would argue.
But doesn't handicap mean you're disabled?
Well, as a man that, I love alliteration. I was an English major. I didn't finish that way. But I like handicap. To me sounds more positive than disabled. Disabled is more of a downer. Handicap, at least, is handy.
It's also a gambling term.
And it's capped.
You handicap a game. It means like you're predicting based on,
And then
prior
look, now,
games,
then you get the chat room, because I asked the question why we can't say handicap. Then you get the people that want to say, like somebody said, oh boy, here we go. Like everybody wants, but why can't you say it?
I don't know. Anyway, but I know from disabled people, they all want to be treated not
all
abnormally, right? They want to be treated the same as anybody else,
Some of them
right?
want to be treated like handicapped people.
Well, I'm saying the general idea is like, hey, don't treat me any different because I'm disabled. Treat me like everybody else.
Yes.
And then you're like, all right. And if you tell me that, then I'm like, deal is a deal. I will do that, just like you tell me. And I try to learn. I try to get better. Samantha's like, don't say this word. Say this word better. And I'm like, all right. It takes me a while.
I do like that. By the way, can we mark that down? I do like it when you do that.
I'm
When
not.
you-
I don't
okay.
care.
No, I do.
I don't care about any word.
Wait, you said it sarcastically.
No, because
we,
I thought you guys hated when I did that.
No, we like that. We may not agree with you, but we do
So
like
the reason
it.
why
I
it's
do hate it.
offensive is because the definition of handicap is actually is a barrier or circumstance that makes progress or success difficult, such as an impassable flight of stairs or negative attitude towards a person who has a disability.
Yeah, but
so
if
it's
you're
a
in a-
negative term.
Yeah, but they're saying what they're saying though to go. And this sounds like some shit Tom would say. But if you're in a wheelchair, you can't go upstairs. That's a fact. That's not.
You
like
can get
Right.
up there. You could drag yourself up there.
Yeah, but I don't want to see that. And you don't want to do that.
Well, I'm just saying.
So
you
let's
could,
just
like,
be-
It's also important to understand that there are negative connotations to the term handicapped when
Uh-oh.
referring to a person who has a disability. The word has been around for centuries, but was not used to refer to people with disabilities until the late 1800s. Many people believe that the term
Their fault.
handicapped was first used in relation to individuals who have disabilities when the Civil War veterans whose injuries prevented them from working were begging on the streets with, quote, cap in hand. Standard references do not support the story, but because the story has become legend and begging for a living is degrading, describing people with disabilities as handicapped is offensive.
Okay, all right.
Well, then
All
change the wording on the parking spaces because the society.
Does it still say handicapped?
I don't know. In my mind, it does.
Okay.
When I see
Yeah.
the blue,
I don't even see.
I'm like,
I don't
I
see
say,
handicap.
can't park there.
Anyway,
yeah, I
my-
just go ew. And
my,
I drive by.
my point
Yeah.
being, if you're supposed to be like that, everybody that's disabled wants to be treated like a normal person. Obviously, that's
Again,
what
I'd
you
like
do.
to preface not everybody. There's going to be a couple of holdouts.
But the general idea is like treat everybody the same. And so when I hear a song and then I consume it, it's all subjective because everybody
Sure.
thinks different. I consume it and I'm like, well, that's hot garbage. I should be allowed to say that even if you are disabled because I'm
Sure.
treating you like everybody else. I can't.
Oh,
I'm not gonna be
yeah.
like I can't say it's garbage because you're disabled. I should be able
Oh,
to say
totally.
it's
You
garbage.
can hate
Right.
that song. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's it.
Okay.
I just
Wow,
wanna-
that's-
Pop rant
I just
over.
want to make fun of disabled people's music.
Wow.
and free.
Well,
of any,
here's a fact,
Huh?
and I know this to be true because am I a musician?
I would put you in the category of musician.
Thank you.
but not the
No,
Not a
I
professional.
don't
Like
want to be. I don't want. No. That wasn't my career
subcategory.
path. But I will say that if you are a handicapped person or disabled and you make music, then your music is disabled.
That Daniel Dennis.
No, it is.
Show at Tom. and
Because you're disabled. So you're a disabled person making music.
I guess you're right. Yeah. Well, it depends on where.
Who is
Is that right?
but who is the most famous?
I made some mental love.
Who is the most famous disabled musician? And I already know who it is.
Stevie Wonder, right?
Hell no. Well, maybe.
Ray Charles.
No, current. I'm saying current touring disabled music. I was going to say Andrew Bocelli.
Is Bismarcky handy disabled?
No.
How dare you?
No, he was not.
What about
He
one
was-
of the Ying Yang
was just
twins?
Chungus.
Was
No,
it the
mm-mm. No, I'm talking megastar Bocelli.
What is his
Yeah,
disability?
he's blind.
He's
as a bat.
blind and he
Oh,
sings and he's phenomenal.
Hold on. I would say that Ray Charles or
Isn't he a bit rapey though, Bocelli?
I
Oh
don't.
my goodness.
Stevie
God.
Wonder is more popular than
I don't
Bocelli,
know.
right?
Now the chat room. Now see now the chat room's going crazy. Who is the most successful disabled?
What about
musician?
the Def Leppard drummer?
He's an amputee.
Ooh.
You know they
You'd
make
be
a-
disabled after that, right?
I got a
Yeah,
hot
but-
take for him. There is a Funko Pop of him
Really?
that is very off-putting.
Why?
These are
got
hot
one-
takes.
He's only got one arm. He's only got one arm.
Yeah.
I paid for 2 arms. Put the plastic in the box.
What do we got for the first couple?
We got Barbershop Linger.
What is this?
This is you.
Oh.
What, at our barber?
You were leaving our barber.
How do
this-
you know this?
Uh-oh. They're talking about you behind your back, Tom.
Wow, we're
Gossiping.
working with a real genius, guys. Huh? How'd you find that out? Did you go to our barber?
Hold on. I got my haircut. I pay.
You got your haircut the day before me.
Yeah. But I pay and then I walk out.
No, you
I
did
do-
not.
I do a little like talking, shooting
No,
shit.
you did not. You were having an exchange, and you were overly polite. And then our barber was joking with you, and he was being overly polite back to you. And he's like, "Oh, this is good." And you were standing there, and you were in a rush.
It's the
because
thing that Crystal says he does.
you were in a rush.
Won't let him leave.
You know what? You are. I'm gonna give you a compliment, so you can never say I didn't do it live on the air. You are an amazing producer to remember that and know exactly where I'm going. Yes, he did the thing that Crystal complains about, where he allowed somebody else to pull him back in and stay. You were running late, and you needed to get your hair cut and then go. Okay, you need some. I think it was something for your wife. I don't know. It wasn't a business thing.
Yeah.
And you were standing with our barber, and you were talking to him, and then he was making jokes, but he said something that was sexual in nature that tilted you, putting you on tilt.
Okay, yeah.
Because John, the barber, is a cut-up, and he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
You guys were all goofing around having locker room talk, a.k.a. barber talk. Then he was like,
tell you where to grab him.
And he wants to know where to grab him.
I know where to grab him.
Yeah, he says
They
he
like
knows,
it.
Yeah, he says he knows where, and he can shoot somebody in the middle of the street. So, yeah, all the whole nine. And then he said something to the effect of, "Oh yeah, so nice. Hey, well, thank you so much." Oh yeah, and he was like, "It was so good. I'll eat your ass."
Yeah.
Whatever the phrase was, it was something to the effect where our barber said, "Well, I'll eat your ass."
Yeah.
Where he said in graphic detail, with the two other barbers backing him up, said that Tom had his hand on the doorknob when John said, "I'll eat your ass," and you took your hand down and like on the doorknob, and then you just let it fall, and turned around and stayed for an extra 15 minutes.
He was waiting to get his ass eaten.
To the point where little Jimmy, wearing his Crocs and cutting hair all day, asked me if my business partner wanted to eat John the barber's ass.
Because
you made Jimmy the barber think that you are gay and want to eat John the barber's ass. And now you've made a mess at our barber.
I thought it was
he was thanking you for prepaying haircuts during pandemic, which we did because we do get haircuts. And if there was a small business, he's as small as they get. If there were small businesses that we could help our friends, we would try to help. You did that. He was thanking you for that. Then you got uncomfortable. Then he said he'd eat your ass. And then you came back as if to say, I would like my ass eaten.
Right now.
How much extra is that?
What happened is I get into modes of like, all right, now we are in goodbye mode. And that's
but
it.
goodbye
then
mode
get the fuck out.
Yeah, then you leave.
But then
You say goodbye, you leave.
No, he made an ending joke, an exclamation point. I make these all the time with you guys, and I walk out on a high note.
I thought he threw off my goodbye mode and then made a joke. I thought we were now shooting the shit joke barber mode
Well,
again.
it bothered
like
the
I
shop.
was
It's
LeBron
it's
James.
a joke on the go.
It bothered the shop.
Every
to
time-
the point where it bothered the shop to the point where they explained this in front of another well-known Orlandian. Now, I'm not going to say who was getting his hair cut while they were explaining the story. And everybody in there, including the woman barber, who's fantastic. I don't even want to say her name because she's got children.
No, it's
and
fine.
you, sir,
No,
have.
I thought he was like, oh, it's, we're shooting the shit. This is the barbershop.
No,
I was like, oh, they.
So
I gotta
rest
do my
assured-
You're such a narcissist.
Rest assured-
No, I'm not. He's like, oh,
He did a joke. Now I got to stay and tell my joke.
Yeah, here's what
I thought
know.
it was joke telling time.
No.
He threw off my
It's
goodbye
bye-bye time.
No, it wasn't. He's like, well, eat your ass. I was like, oh, joke time.
Like, oh, hey, eat my ass.
He doesn't know how to say goodbye.
He doesn't. Rest assured, though, guys, I will
Just
be...
quit fucking with me. That's you know who's disabled? I'm disabled. So just leave me be. Just realize, let me go about my life. If you throw me off,
I thought you wanted to be treated like the rest of us.
I don't treat me
shit.
like a disabled person.
So wait a minute.
I'm the only one.
I already
do. I know. That's why we have a great relationship. I'm trying to get my wife to do it. She refuses.
Everybody in the chat room's just as confused as I am.
Treat me
Now-
like I'm disabled.
Okay, here's the part I want to bring up. Maybe this is just a little bit selfish, but I don't want to go to get my hair cut and get the time where I get my relaxation.
No, come on.
And then have my barber have to go through and have me help to figure out what the fuck you did
No.
because you stood back for 20 minutes when they didn't need you in there during COVID when we don't need people in tight spaces and you're standing there because they said eat ass and you're like, eat it. Somebody say eat ass?
No,
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine.
Like, just
You
stop.
also drop your phone and have to bend over in front of them.
Oh, yeah.
Put your pants down.
Just quit fucking with the disabled.
That's the name of the show. Quit fucking with the... What else we got?
We have buying jeans. We were talking about buying jeans when we were at Publix.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Sam and I were talking about buying jeans. Where do you guys buy jeans? Because she's trying to convince me, and my wife is trying to convince me to buy Amazon jeans.
Yeah, Amazon wardrobe.
That just sounds weird.
So they make their own.
Yeah, they
brand?
have their own brand. I think it's called Amazon Basics or something.
Ooh.
And you can try them on, and if you don't like them, you can return them for free.
I'm less of an Amazon. I'm more of a 369 petite.
Where? Okay, so
a petitesman.
579.
Yeah, is it 579?
Yeah.
So follow me with this.
I don't know, I'm just counting the odds.
This is interesting. Like every corporation usually starts making their own brands, right? Because they're like, screw it, I'm selling all these brands.
Of
I'm just going to
course,
make my own.
Yeah,
Grocery stores do it.
We have our own brand of birdseed. Tomco.
Walmart does and stuff. But then, so every corporation that does that, there's a certain stigma to all the brands that they make. For instance, I think in the spectrum of good to bad, like Publix brand, whatever, is probably a notch up from like a Winn-Dixie brand and then an Aldi brand.
A lot of times they're made by big producers just under a...
Right.
It's the same shit.
Almost like
I got backup in the chat. People are saying Amazon Basics is great.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I
I'm
want to
just
ask.
a little like concerned. Most everything I buy pant-wise, not shorts normally, but pant-wise I gotta have it tailored. I mean, you guys can kind of assume that I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm losing a lot of weight, and
You got to do something.
yeah,
Or at least get a belt. My
you
God.
weren't in here, and my pants fell completely to the ground. And
To the fucking ground. I think I saw his balls.
Yeah, Butler saw my balls.
You didn't
He
just
wanted to see if
fall.
you'd eat his ass.
You shook her out of your pants
Yeah.
while your wife was here in front of Butler, and then and then your wife was like, "But you can't do that." And we're
Yeah,
like,
I can do whatever the fuck I
can
want.
do-
I'm a goddamn god.
I'm like, we can do whatever in front of Butler. Sam, that's a different story. But
He did say that.
It's 2021.
And he was dead fucking serious.
We
He's
can-
like, we can sexually arouse Butler,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck.
Now, in like 10 years, that's gonna stop for sure. But maybe
But 10
5.
is a long time, man.
Yeah, but okay. So, if you told someone you're getting Walmart brand jeans,
I don't care.
but there would be a stigma to that, right? A poor, a cheap, something.
Yeah,
right.
there would be.
Like,
Sure.
I've bought Target brand jeans before.
But that's higher than Walmart.
I bought Walmart jeans before.
Mazzimo.
Yeah, of course.
No, I want Massimo.
Cherokee.
So what does Amazon? What stigma or
I don't know. Amazon's got a pretty good reputation.
The more
does,
generic,
yeah.
the better. For a mega company, they do have a good, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like for a mega
not
company.
considered-
I mean, they're terrible to their employees,
Guys, but they don't look. Hold on a second. They do not get the amount of jokes they should receive for the size of their corporation. KFC, Taco Bell. Trying to think of things that get like big companies that get shit. CC's Pizza, like bigger company chains,
like
they
cheap
get,
stuff.
Look,
You know
Amazon
why?
is shitty, and they don't get shit on because y'all motherfuckers love the convenience, and y'all
Yeah.
don't want to shit on the real. You should be shitting on them because I would venture a guess if we really microscope that.
Oh, they're
we
terrible.
would
It's a terrible
fucking
company.
hate it.
Well, it's just Walmart, but
No, I think it's worse.
It's all set up in giant warehouses and they just deliver it to you. But you know
Yeah,
why? I
no,
bet
it's Yum Brands. BDM XCon is calling me out for saying the same two brands, but yeah, it's all Yum Brands. But my point is that it's not good.
But you don't want but they're probably why they'll never get the same stigma as like a Walmart or something.
They have great
because
customer service and shit.
Well, because you don't walk into anywhere. Like you're
Right.
ordering the shit from your house, so like you're not seeing the other customers and seeing the employees, and like that's why we all have a stigma towards Walmart, right? Is because we walk inside Walmart, and we're like, oh, isn't that good?
Well, they also don't have the greatest quality of products.
I also fight the stigma though because
Neither is Amazon is worse than Walmart because Amazon has tons of.
Oh, if Amazon was a brick and mortar
no, but I'm
store, it
talking
would
about
be filled with trolls.
Amazon's own brand.
I agree
It's
with
quality
Tom.
products.
Tom is making my point better. If Amazon were a building, no one would set foot in it.
Right.
Yeah, their warehouses are.
It's a flea market, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It is a fucking flea market. Like some of the
Filled
shit.
with ghouls.
I know there are people that listen to the show that love Amazon and like the moon rises, sun rises and sets in it, whatever the fuck. I'm. Oh,
What is that?
Yeah, they said they were gonna bomb our city this weekend.
Oh, that's good.
No, I come and go with that. Like I've ordered some like these stands. Like I got fucked on these from Amazon from our you
You got to do your due diligence and research for sure.
Juan is right. Like for electronics, things that you need in like maybe the business space, not so good. Textiles. Yeah, maybe you can roll the dice on some jeans and get some good stuff.
Maybe they can make better quality because they don't need a store,
Right.
you know, like the customer service, all the stuff that comes along with Walmart that they have to spend money on. Amazon doesn't, so they just have never-ending warehouses with employees that stuff boxes. That's all they need.
Oh, man,
and
Matt,
they're probably gonna they get better quality.
Matt gets mad in our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. He says, "I bet Dan gets an Amazon package to his house 5 times a week." I don't order.
I do.
I'm the weirdo. Like,
But
okay,
you said your wife
here's,
just orders.
Here's
I'm
something.
not joking.
Nobody hears
2 times a day.
2 times a day. That's not me. Here's something that'll blow your mind. I don't have an Amazon account. I still use a DVR, guys. Like, these are not. We're not lying to you. There are some things that in tech world I am way ahead of everybody, and there's some things that Tom's whole house is automated by Alexa. I don't have any of that shit.
Daniel's house cable. He's like a whole birdwatcher.
Yeah, I'm an old birdwatcher. I know
like going to
I like
the mall?
brick and mortar. I'm kind of like Butler. I like a brick and mortar store. If I can get it for mom and pop, I will. I don't have an Amazon account. I don't order. My wife does, like stuff that we need for the house. I don't order a lot of Amazon shit. I've gotten burned a couple times on Amazon. I don't necessarily like it as much. I can't navigate it as good as you guys.
I'm never going.
I'll tell you what I did today that I'll do again. God damn it. And it came. I said I was going to have it ordered by 1 p.m. It was there by 11:15. ABC.
Yes, it's amazing.
ABC delivery is the way to go. Do not.
The only time I ever really step into a store is here when we go to Publix.
There's no need.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, there is no need.
And I got the shit I can't find. The Clementine White Claw. My wife drove it by.
Even if you go to a store to buy clothes right now, you can't use the fitting rooms, so there's no fucking point.
Some you can.
I have not found one that you can go into the fitting rooms. They're all closed.
I bought some jeans at Express, and I get to try them on.
I'm going to have to go to Express then.
But the thing, like, I'm never going to go shopping for clothes again in my entire life because I hated every second of doing that in the past.
It's terrible.
And then now that I could just order the stuff, especially now the return policy is like, hey, if they don't fit instantly, you know, it's like not that big. And Crystal's like, so I'm going to
Amazon, it's like, oh, just take it back to Kohl's.
Order everything.
That is a super convenient
Have you seen the new thing they do? Talk about the genius. And
you think we're sponsored by Amazon.
Well, this was just
work on that.
This was like an extra box that they decided to do. Like I did when they wouldn't Stitch Fix. What was the boys one? Trunk Club.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Remember I did that. I was like, I'm always an early adopter, so I did that like 4 years ago. You know, I had a trunk club and I was trying it out.
Crystal does that, yeah.
Now they've got this thing. Well, she needs it because she's out in front of the people. She's a realtor. She got to look the part, you know, like and look good. Like here, honestly, I can wear chubbies like in t-shirts and be a big Chungus the rest of my life. Doesn't matter. But you know what I started doing is that some of them now, when you pick pants, they'll give you both sizes. They'll give you like the small and the big, so you can go in between and compare, which I think is really, really cool. Anyway, now we're becoming like, hey, come on in. We're going to cook banana bread on the show.
So, all right. Samantha, I know that our episode that me and Daniel are on of semantics.
Yeah, that's out.
That's out right now.
So is the Patreon episode as well. If you sign up for as little as $1
By
a
the
month,
way,
you too can listen to Tom and Dan get high and drunk on my show.
Yeah, you can hear Tom as drunk as he can be and me being as high as I can be.
We're really funny, Tom.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are. I'm not. I got me and your husband got real serious.
Winston Churchill showed up on the show.
Oh, by the way, unsolicited, can I just give a hats off and a salute to the Bart Merrick team because I finally got to see your house. Holy shit, you have a nice house.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is
My
very nice.
God, that's a nice house.
I didn't see any of my plants around that. I forgot to
Yeah,
check
they
They were
rotten.
outside the patio that you
okay.
were peeking through. Like, how tall's your fence back there?
Yeah, he was
He's such
really
an old man.
giving the rundown. Yeah. Oh my
He's like
God.
trying to look out the tinted.
Oh, you've got tattoos. What's it like to not have a
He's
job?
like, that's way more than 6 feet. I'm like, who the fuck measures their fence? I don't know.
I do some weird, awkward things. I apologize because I don't know.
He's like, I really like your blue walls here. Like, thanks.
I'm trying to compliment your house like a normal human. Like, when a normal
I
human.
can tell you're faking
he
it.
can't do normal human stuff.
I know.
He's disabled.
He's trying though. That's what counts.
He can't
He's
walk
trying.
into somebody's
Where's
house.
my
and be
ramp? That's what I screamed when I got to your house. Anyway, Travis, what's going on with some watering holes? What do we got here? Toughies. There's the whatever.
My wife's. I will say that my wife's watering hole has been a toughie lately.
Oh, come on.
No, it's just hard getting in there.
Oh.
Too many other guys in there.
West End, Celery City. We got Mets Lounge out in Volusia County.
Yeah.
We got out in Brevard. We have Bug Nutty Brewery. Go check out them. They still have some stuff out there: glasses, magnets, stickers, and whatnot. And
Just go to tomanddanwateringholes.com to find them all, but they're all over the place, and they all got stuff to give away. So,
wait,
and you go to Gringos, ask for a koozie or a magnet. They got brand new koozies and magnets at all Gringos locations. So just when you check out and you're getting your food, just say, "Hey, can I get a Tom and Dan koozie and magnet?"
Also, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, the Semantics 4-year anniversary party is going to be on Sunday at Rock Pit Brewing. It's this Sunday, yeah.
Oh shit, I'll drop.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'll come by.
We'll have stickers, magnets, koozies.
I'll drop by. I have no plans. I'll drop by, have a beer. I may not stay long, but
we're starting at noon.
Oh, great.
So get there early.
See you at noon.
I'm going to be out my boat. I apologize. I can't make it.
Sam and I like to.
I put it in the calendar.
Yeah, Sam and I like to get there fast.
It's been on the digital calendar
and
the hard calendar for like a month.
Since you're not going to be there, then I will embarrass you by playing something that I secretly recorded earlier this week that Tom doesn't know about.
I still go to Taco Bell drive-thru raw as hell. I don't care. I'm still real no matter how many records I sell. After the show or after the Grammys, I like to go cool out with the family, sipping, reminiscing on the days when I had a Mustang. And now I'm in first class, up in the sky, popping champagne, living my life in the fast lane. And I won't change the glamorous, the flousy, the glamorous, the flousy,
It's full on goofy. It's just goofy rapping.
Do you remember singing that while we were doing a commercial?
Land Cruise. Bye-bye.
Well, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
The other thing we think, and I know you go off to the coast here, it's important, is the cruise ships. We want to see the cruise ships sail again.
Land, it's all that we've got. COVID's here, and it's not gonna stop that crazy COVID, so we need a safe way to play. Advent Health and Tom and Dan save the day. It's the Tom and Dan Land Cruise. What's that? Hell, we don't even know. It's the Tom and Dan Land Cruise. We're really scrambling to put on a show. Last I heard we got jugglers and possibly a rock band. And land, I mean, what else can you say? We're outside with all our BDM friends on this day. It's land, better than water, land.